to call him. I'll call him in just a second. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Hey, guys. Sorry. Wow. Sorry to do this. Listen, I don't mean to sort of preempt the show here or interrupt things. Well, we're going to be talking the Flesh Simulator tonight on the program about the Epstein files. That, all this news has just dropped. But I just got a phone call from one of my family members. I don't know if I even told you guys about this or not. Maybe if you've been watching long enough, you know this. My uncle got in a car crash, 7 years ago now. This is incredible news. I literally just got this as the program was beginning. He's awake. He's been in a coma for 7 years. He's awake. I'm going to call him at the hospital and see how he's doing. I wish I could be there with him right now. Let me just give him a call here. And I'm so sorry to do this, but I got to do this. Okay, here we go. It's ringing.
Hello?
Hey, it's Jesse, Uncle Tommy. I am so glad. This is your nephew, Jesse. I'm so happy to hear you're doing okay.
Oh, hey, Jesse. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, man, alive. I cannot believe it's been. Well, anyway, listen, I'm so sorry I can't be there with you right now, but gosh, are you okay? I mean, is there anything? Yeah.
I'm fine. But what did I miss? Is anything new? Anything new in the news?
Oh, yeah. Well, man, yeah, I guess that would be I mean, the Epstein files just came out.
Oh, wow. The Epstein files? I guess I haven't been out for that long then.
Well, no, it's actually. Yeah, no, they took their time on that one. Maybe you shouldn't. Has nobody told you how? Listen, forget about it. Yeah, they're out now, and people are reading the emails, and there's something about beef jerky in there. So.
Oh, well. Did they at least arrest Clinton, Trump, and Dershowitz?
Okay, they're working. I'm sure they're probably one of those guys is probably working on it or something. It's probably going to happen any day now. Listen, Uncle, you've had a lot. You've been away for a while. Listen, don't worry about it. Maybe we can talk about something else,
All right. Could you at least tell me how my wife 𝐏𝐄𝐿 is doing? What about our kids? They're not here at the hospital with me. I don't.
Hey, I can't hear you right. We'll talk about that later. Sorry, I gotta go. Bye. Been a while. Anyway. Good to talk to him. The Epstein files have dropped. Finally, we're entering phase 4. They had the binders. They showed all the conservative guys. They had the binders, the secret binders with the files. We have the files. It's finally happening. Phase 4 is upon us. Flesh Simulator is here. This is PODAWFUL.
I'm going to ask a question. What if the military-industrial complex was able to weaponize the Hat Man?
Good question. Oh, Uncle Tommy. Woo! Woo! Uncle Tommy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to PODAWFUL. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. I think my Uncle Tommy just joined us on Discord, too. Hi, henchman. Hi, Discord.
Hey,
Hi,
Jesse.
Hey, what's
Flop
up?
week.
7 years. 7 years. Imagine waking up now and going, whoo, oh boy. Finally, it must be utopia. We finally arrested the elites who were, it turns out, eating children. I didn't even have the heart to tell Uncle Tommy that they were eating the children. Turns out they're eating the children. We're live over at PODAWFUL.tv. We got the live chat room going on right now over there. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Welcome, chat. Thanks for being here. Is Epstein a goon? Someone says. Epstein's been a goon for many years. You remember we did prank calls to Epstein Island, and we called everyone in his little black book. That was what, like 2018, maybe? Something like that? You know what?
Was that when you called Courtney Love?
Well, Courtney Love,
we've
Alec
called Alec Baldwin. We've called Courtney Love a few times on the show, but yes, that wasn't the time she answered. That she answered on a later episode. Let me see.
Let's just be clear. Alec Baldwin wasn't on that.
Alec Baldwin was not on the and as far as we know, he has never. The only shots he's shooting are not at kids. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So we
called him after he killed that lady.
That's
exactly.
Right. We called him after he killed that lady. Well, it was 2019.
Yikes.
That was August 2019. We called everyone in Epstein's little black book, and we got answered. Like, some people picked up, including a guy. It was like this African guy or something who I think we determined he's either like a groundskeeper or like a driver on the island. Like, he was an island man. Okay. Yeah, he was an island boy, which is, by the way, their origin story as well. Yeah, Epstein's been a goon for a long time. I wonder, do I have that? I've got that phone call somewhere where we talked to that guy because I posted it on Twitter a while back, but I don't know if I can go digging for it now. Let me see if I've got it in my files here. That'd be a funny one to show right here.
That was so interesting.
Oh, what about you calling Alan Dershowitz too?
Well, you know what? I do have that one. I've got that one ready to go. You want to take a look at that? We did call.
It's a great FaceTime.
We called Dershowitz was in the files. He's in, he went to the island. Okay. He's an island boy too. In fact, I talked to him. He goes, "I'm an island boy. They're trying to keep me down." I was calling him. He was in Israel at the time. Now, I don't know if you know this. They dug a canal around Israel. That's an island now.
Yep.
They did that just to make Epstein feel at home. I love that everybody was saying Epstein. It's Russia. It's actually they're trying to do Russia again with Epstein. And then a photo comes out. It's him in front of a chalkboard drawing of a map of Israel. Like, he might as well have painted Israel and said, your location, and then put a push pin in it in Israel, and then pointed to it like this. And then had a dog on the other side who's also smiling and pointing to the push pin. That's how quickly they blew that one out of the water. Dershowitz, what was he? Epstein's lawyer? Like, he was his personal lawyer? Is that how
right?
it works?
I think so, right? Does anyone know?
Crazy. Let's take a look at this. This is 100% real. Somebody leaked. Well, I guess Dershowitz's number was in the black book. It's still the same. He hasn't changed. Most of these people have not changed their phone numbers. You would think the little black book comes out. I've got a shirt on right now. This is not a joke. You can get this at awful.tech. The hang in there Epstein shirt. You see all this writing on it? These are the actual unredacted phone numbers of celebrities in his little black book, including my favorite one. All right, this is a little Easter egg for the shirt. I think it's right here. Let me see. This is, who's that one? Yeah, here it is. It's this one right here. This one is Dr. Elie Wiesel. Do you know who that is?
No.
The Holocaust survivor.
The Holocaust man. He wrote a book called Night. We had to read this in school. When I was in my second year of Holocaust class in school, we had to read Night by Elie Wiesel. It's a terrible thing. They're writing.
Same here.
You had to read that too? They had to write.
Oh, yes.
They had to write the Holocausters and stuff. They're getting Donkey Kong Country minecart leveled into a whatever. And then, which is real and happened. He's Mr. Holocaust. Okay. He's like the face. It's like Anne Frank than him, and he was in.
That's when I learned about Spark Notes. Was that book?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was in the little black book, and his phone number is in there. He's dead. He died a while ago, so no big deal. But
Flesh is.
I think Flesh is watching. Yeah. He's. We got to get Flesh in here. We're gonna have to bring him in early. By early I mean on time, but I'm late. I was running late because my uncle. Anyway, I didn't hear. By the way, Uncle Tommy, what did you just ask me? You were trying to say something.
Oh, I was just wondering if his other number was on the in the little black book.
Elie Wiesel's other number.
Yeah, the one.
The arm one.
Damn you.
Man, you got me. You got
That
me
would be
on
a
that
funny.
one. Actually, well, let me take a look here. Oh, that's weird. That's less than 6 million digits. Okay.
Weird.
None of them ever go up to 6 million. There's a new Holocaust survivor born every year. Okay, so
If I was a Holocaust survivor,
If only.
Stolen valor guy, I would get 5.99999 million on my wrist just to be like, I was just about to be the last one.
Holocaust survivor stolen valor, that might have to be a patch. We might have to do a Holocaust survivor stolen. All right, let's take a look at this video.
This is great.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Dershowitz, were you one of the dancing Israelis at 9/11?
That's okay. So he hung up on. That's real. That's 100% real. That was call number 3, but I called him 3 times. I just didn't think. I really didn't think he was going to pick up, especially on FaceTime. He FaceTimed me, and so I wasn't prepared.
While he was eating.
I had to call him 3 times just to get the recording. There are 2 apocryphal ones out there somewhere. You know what? Maybe can I do this? Let's just invite Flesh Sim in here. I wonder if he'll do it that way. Invite to voice Flesh. Let's see if we can just do it that way, because I am running late here and I got a few other things I'd like to do as well. Can you join through here? Thank you. Okay, so we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, what was the other thing? Oh, I was looking for. Oh, now this is an interesting one. I grabbed this. Now, I don't know if you guys even saw this in the files. This is Stephen Hawking was there. They were doing a luau. They had him jumping off a ramp.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow. There's Bill. I don't know if you can see it. There's Bill Clinton and Bill Gates in the background there. Yeah, he did a sick jump off of the ramp, which is pretty. That's pretty cool. I just made I had that already. I didn't even mean to play that on the show. I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. Me calling Epstein's Island. Is that no? That's the full video. Actually, I have the full episode, but I can't find just the clip. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. It's such a funny little call. It's out there somewhere. It's out. I had a guy. He was like, he also did that like 6 years later. He started doing prank calls to those numbers, and of course, most of them aren't answering anymore. And then he accused me of copying him. He didn't realize that my clip was from 7 years ago or whatever. So that was kind of funny. Anyway, I can't find it. Whatever. Let's see if Flesh Sim will get in here. Oh, it says channel locked. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait. Does it? It should be able to. If he jumps in.
Yeah, call in first, right?
All right, yeah, maybe we do it that way. Invite to voice. Invite. And then this is my bad. He says I am not able to join. There we go. Here we go. It should be here now.
There we go.
Hey, Flesh Simulator, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. I am running late. This is my fault. I told you a certain time, and so I just I had a little bit of business I wanted to take care of at the top of the show. But of course, it'll be more fun if you're here, as a matter of fact. So I don't know if you saw, I called Alan Dershowitz. Did you catch that?
No, I was busy getting set up.
Oh, okay. I'll play it again here. Let's take another look at that. It's a very quick little thing. This is Alan Dershowitz. His number is out there from the little black book. I FaceTimed him last year. He will answer your FaceTime right now. This is still happening, by the way.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Dershowitz, were you one of the dancing Israelis at 9/11?
And then he hung up on me. So there you go. That was call number
Incredible.
3. I did that 3 times. I don't remember. I think my other questions were like, is Epstein still alive? He responded to one of them. He did respond. Maybe I've got that somewhere. Maybe I have the original clip here somewhere. He did respond at one point to some of these. And then you probably missed this too, Flesh, but I also, like 6-7 years ago, whenever it was, I called like everybody I could in the little black book. And we actually got Epstein's driver from the island to answer. And
Like the Russian guy?
no, this is like a African or
Like a different one.
like a Caribbean guy. I think he was a driver because it was listed under his name was like Jonathan Taxi or something like that. You know, it wasn't.
Gotcha.
I don't think his real name was Taxi. So maybe he just worked on the island, but his last name was Taxi. He confirmed he worked for Epstein, and there was a part of him. This was like right after he died. In fact, the episode, the whole conceit, the joke of the episode was that it was like an anti-suicide episode for Epstein. And it had just happened. He was acting like, and I'm not kidding, Epstein was still alive. He seemed confused about the idea that there is no more Jeffrey Epstein. Like maybe he was still hanging out there on the island or something.
I mean, because there's that drone, all those drone pictures that were taken like the day after.
How insane was that? Who did that? Didn't that Tyler Olivieri guy go out to the island or something like that?
I thought some of it was John McAfee.
Well, and by the way,
no, I'm not joking.
I know. The only guy not in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Which is
Tyler
kind of crazy. He likes to poop on ladies, and you would think he would be hanging out there seeing whatever Stephen Hawking's getting up to, at least just for the visual. You're going to say something, Lenny?
Tyler went to the island in 2023.
Oh, okay. That was later. Yeah, I just remember guys people are like swimming up, boating up to the island and stuff. And of course, how long was it after he died that the FBI swoops in and takes everything? Was that like instant?
Almost. From what I remember, it was almost immediate.
Okay.
Like 2 or 3 days max.
And of course, almost none of that of what you assume is going to be taken from those places. That's not really what we're getting in these files. Like it's mostly just it's mundane emails.
Yeah, it's his Gmail, yeah.
It's his servants. It's like his servants just emailing each other like how much margarine he's supposed to have at the island for that week or whatever. For the most part. Like obviously that's not the stuff getting shared around. That's not the lascivious kind of stuff. But you'll like this, Flesh. I think I told you about this actually right before the show. You've done a few videos now on all of this. If you guys haven't seen Flesh Simulator's channel, amazing stuff. I love the channel. You did a video and you had to like kind of say at the top of it, this is like the infamous thing going around. You had to debunk one of the files.
Yes. Because
this is being shared everywhere. I shared this, as a matter of fact. This is being shared everywhere because it kind of is the funniest one.
For sure.
In a lot of ways, this is the most insane one. It's the Elon Musk one. I'm sure everybody out there has seen this.
Yeah, that one's funny.
Because it's Elon Musk doing Reddit speak. This is from Elon Musk to Jeffrey Epstein. It says, subject, epic island vacation. Hi, Jeff. Which is so... Hi, Jeff. I was thinking of flying down for an epic vacation. This is getting a little repetitive with the epic joke here. For an epic vacation, blank told me you were planning a party. Girls for the win.
For the win.
For the win. He says, I cleared my calendar. What are the details? Thank you, good sir. And then a tip of the fedora from E. And I like that it's from E. Jeffrey Epstein in all the emails, he's J-E. So Elon's just E. He's even more I don't know what the letter, mononymic, but a letter. Monographic? Monographic? Whoa. Fancy.
Monogrammic.
Maybe.
Monosyllabic.
So then, this is so fucking funny. Jeffrey Epstein responds, not to Elon. He forwards this to Ghislaine Maxwell, and he says, "Deal with this, fan you." By the way, the number one thing that we learned from the Epstein files, more than anything, forget cannibalism, forget child effing, whatever's going on, okay? You know, all of that paranormal stuff. Forget all that. The number one thing we learned is that Jeffrey Epstein is a window-licking retard, okay?
Oh, yes.
He's like almost illiterate. The way he types is so insane. Most of the...
I mean, have you seen that picture of him back when he was teaching at Dalton where he spelled his own last name wrong?
Yeah. Dude, I covered that.
Teacher.
I covered that. That was 2019, 2020. I was like, hang on a second. No, everybody was sharing that pic. Nobody was talking about that was wrong. And I'm having to sit there and do a little I before E except after C homework. Looking at it, he spelled his own name wrong. He spelled it STEIN instead of the other. Or no, is that the right way? I don't know.
He spelled it STINE, like fucking R.L. Stein.
R.L. Stein, yes. And it gave me goosebumps when I saw it.
Yeah.
Because maybe Jeffrey Epstein is actually a time traveler.
He was in the same class as Charlie Kirk.
If you look in the background, there's formulations and equations happening where he's actually figured out flux capacitors and stuff. You won't believe that is going to be the big conspiracy that's going to be coming out of this. By the way, he will be a time traveler in 2 or 3 months. Just wait. So anyway, he tells Ghislaine, "Deal with this, fan you," and so Ghislaine then responds to Elon as if Jeffrey hates him. Ghislaine responds and says, "I'm so sorry, Elon. You just missed J.E. He actually told me he was thinking of winding down the entire Little St. James operation. Bummer." Which, like, how would Elon not find out that actually the island still exists? This isn't an episode of Lost. Yeah, there's no.
The man has satellites.
The man has.
Look.
Yeah, he's got the equipment. Somehow they're going to turn off the engine to the island, and she says, "Bummer." If it's, which means something different when a British person says it, by the way. So that was probably bad. If it starts up again, we'll be sure to let you know. If it they're just going to be firing up the cylinders again. Anyway, this email, Flesh, is not real, correct?
Correct.
Now, I had an inkling that this was not real. There's a little something that told me maybe, perhaps this wasn't real. Mostly because I'm the one who sent it to Josh Moon from Kiwi Farms. So if you saw me tweet that out, if you saw me tweet that out the same day as Josh Moon tweeting it out, I'm trying to get it to spread around too. I'm like, okay, we got to make this look as legit as possible so nobody goes, Josh, this is the most obviously dumbest fake thing of all time. There's no possible way. By the way, why wouldn't Elon send it through X? I guess that X
the Everything app.
Yeah, it's the Everything app. You can get plenty of beef jerky on the Everything app. So they got everything. So, and I mean everything.
Everything.
So I tweeted this out. I said, I made Josh Moon share a fake Epstein file screenshot where Elon uses insane Reddit speak. Girls for the win. And here's Josh on Kiwi Farms, null, sharing his own, a screenshot of his own post. And of course, they're making fun of him for sharing this. And he says, I reposted this on X because someone sent it to me.
Jeffrey?
because someone sent it to me, and I believed someone on my own forum actually found this themselves and didn't just grab fake bullshit off poll. By the way, you know, a lot of pod awful people are getting banned on kiwi farms lately. A lot of them. I don't know how it's happening. And didn't just grab some fake bullshit off poll. I got bad news for you about poll. By the way, Poll, turns out Poll may in fact be the direct work of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
So
that explains B.
The entirety of the alt-right was created by Epstein and Ghil'Ian Maxwell. Ghil'Ian Maxwell, a power user on Reddit. This is what happens when a 4chan boy and a Reddit girl come together. She was a Reddit girl. He was a 4chan boy. Can I make it any more obvious? Anyway, Josh says, but I guess you... He says some choice words. He says some choice words. But I guess you dumb guys, literally, I guess you dumb thespians, literally.
Rudy poos.
All right. Literally just send me fake bullshit your stupid asses stole off of Poll now. Stop blaming Poll. It's Kiwi Farm spreading the misinfo. Stop blaming Poll. Yeah, now. Exactly, now. Is this email actually in the Epstein documents? No. And by the way, here's how easy it is to find that out. You go to there's a whole search bar for the Epstein document.
Yes.
You just go there and you type FTW for the win. The clue was right there the whole time. It's that not a single time does anyone in the entire Epstein orbit say for the win. So anyway, and he's still confused. He thinks there's still a possibility it might be in there. Is this email actually?
He's holding out judgment.
Holding out hope. Maybe, just maybe. He's coping. It's going viral, and I'm going to have to post a correction if it's just fake. Did he post I didn't even see if he posted the correction or not. But yeah, that went pretty.
The paper
big.
of record, Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, yes, the paper of record. Let me check. I of course am blocked by him. What is he? Josh. Flesh, you don't know this, but Josh sent me out of nowhere, apropos of nothing. One day, Josh Moon DMs me. He hates me, by the way. He does not like me. He hates Pod Awful. And he just decides to start telling me about how he's not fat anymore, that he's losing weight. I never asked. I've never brought it up on the show. Like, I just assumed.
By the way, I'm on Ozempic now.
Right. Well, he's trying to claim that that's not the case. You know, but then I was like, okay, man, well, just show me like you on a scale. Show me like how much do you weigh? He wouldn't even say the number. He wouldn't even say how much weight he was at that point. And I was like, just step on a scale and take a picture, which is something he's done before. And he was like, no. And then he sent me an autistic graph, a spreadsheet he made in Excel of him counting his calories and how much weight he was. Like, I was supposed to just believe that.
Here's my methodology. You know, it doesn't matter the results.
It doesn't matter the results. And then he said to me the most insane line I've ever heard. He said, I have never been a normal weight.
Not even as a baby?
It's his claim, man. I don't know. So, okay, here's
Josh.
Bro,
my mom wasn't walking for 4 months after I was born.
Here's have pelvic reconstructive surgery.
Here's Josh.
21 pounds, 9 ounces.
Here's Josh's original tweet. He says, he's doing a little green text. Invite yourself to the Jeff's Diddy blood party. He frantically forwards it to Ghislaine and asks her to deal with it. She tells him the parties are gone forever. LOL Lamau. And then there was a community note on it. Like Twitter had already figured out on its own. There's no way. Come on. There's no way. And so they say no email with the phrase epic island vacation. Which is the true, by the way, that's what the true, what was it? Jet 2 vacation. What is that little?
Jet 2 blue holiday.
I say 50 pounds.
That's what they were talking about. That's the epic vacation. appears in the release documents. If you search the Epstein Files archive, the phrase "deal with this you" visible in the image doesn't appear in any of the documents either. Now, did he issue a correction? Here we go. Yes, he did. But he did it as a reply. That's sneaky.
Ooh,
the paper of record,
no.
the green lady, as I like to call Kiwi Farms. This is not good stuff. He says, again, this is a reply. The email exchange in the original post is fake. Sorry. Usually I'm more cynical. Except this email is my apology. This one is real. And then he posts one with the link to the email. And this is, what is this one? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's way more fucking boring than the Elon fake one is what it is. So
Oh, yeah.
he posted that. That was a full day later before he realized his mistake. Got him. Ladies and gentlemen,
Full day, damn.
we got him.
We got him.
Now, I have to apologize, of course, because people are coming at me now going, you're spreading misinfo. You're part of the machine to, you know, I'm part of the disinfo campaign. You're right.
You're joining the info war on the party of war.
It's true, and they're right. And listen, I'm sorry. That's my job. It's to create psyops, you know, some DIY psyops against the internet. What am I supposed to do? By the way, nobody mad at whoever, you know, put Sam Hyde in the
Yeah.
Epstein thing, which I don't think was. Everybody keeps saying it was Sam or someone from MDE. I'm gonna assume it was not them actually doing that. Anyway, I don't know if you heard about this, Flesh, but it's Slop Week. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. It's Slop Week all week long. Our special guest, Flesh Simulator on Slop Week. We're happy to have you here. We've been enjoying some real fun slop this week. And I don't know if you know this, we've got a big new character on the program. This thing is taken off. Now, I put out an email yesterday. Okay, I put out an email address. People were sending in fan mail by droves, by dozens. My literal physical mailbox was overflowing with fan mail for our new character. So I had to put out this email address. It was Big Hawkin' Bottle of Snot fan mail at PODAWFUL.com. Well, tons and tons of emails came in. Tons and tons of people were contacting me about our new character, the Big Hawkin' Bottle of Snot. Now, unfortunately, the Big Hawkin' Bottle of Snot could not be on tonight's program. And I know.
What?
You guys are devastated. I understand. You see, Flesh, I was sick for like a month. Did you get that thing? There's like a thing going around. Everybody's getting sick. Did you get that?
I actually didn't, but I'm also a complete recluse.
Well, yeah, I live on the moon,
So
so same. I live on the moon, so same, but somehow, I don't know, like the Chinese were sending probes or something. I got it.
They're beaming it into you with a van down the street.
I got goy beamed. So,
yes.
With a van down the street from the moon somehow. Yeah, so I got sick. I was sick for a month, and I was hawking up these loogies into this Dr. Pepper bottle.
God.
Take a good look at this. It was funky. That's a real photo of it, by the way.
No.
So I know. Listen, people are loving this. People love the Big Hawkin' Bottle of Snot.
Yeah.
It's everybody's favorite. They're going nuts.
New mascot.
We want snot.
Are you going to auction it off?
Oh, well, listen. Listen, I'm a man of the people. And I said yesterday, we're making plushies where we want everybody to have a turn with the Big Ball of Snot. Well, I got an email yesterday from somebody. It was actually, and this is going to shock some people, it was the Rise Corporation. They make, they formerly sponsored a guy called Scotty K Fitness. They make drinks. And they said, we want to do a live, in-person meet and greet with the Big Hawkin' Bottle of Snot. And that's why he couldn't be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is true. Live right now on the ground. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Live, we have the big hawking bottle of snot. He's out there meeting people. They're on the West Coast right now. Let's go in there and take a look. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Wow, nice.
Wow.
They're taking selfies with him. This is incredible. Look at that. They have balloons. There was a mascot. They made a mascot. Thank you so much to the Rise Corporation for every. Oh, there's something. What's that? There's something going on. Oh no! No! Oh God!
Oh my God!
No!
That's not good.
Hello?
Smell.
Hey, are you guys with me? There's a sniper. There was a sniper. Guys, all right, we're going to listen. It looks like the mascot was hit. We don't know if the bottle is okay. The mascot is dead. Okay, the mascot is dead. We're going to get a check-in.
What about the bottle?
We're going to get a check-in with the big hawking bottle of snot. Guys, right now, I need everybody, please say your prayers for the big hawking bottle of snot, please. This is...
How could this happen?
This is bad. We're going to... Listen. Yeah, they're telling me right now. The threat has been neutralized. The threat has been neutralized. Guys, listen.
God.
Listen, okay? I need everybody to understand something right now. All right? This is your sister. This is your mother. This is your wife. This is you. Okay? So, please. I think I just made a little bit more big hawking snot just then. Please, for the love of God, please say your prayers. We're going to be checking in. They're telling me right now. Okay, we've got medics are coming on scene. Medics are coming on scene right now. We will check back in with that. Flesh, I'm so sorry you had to be here for that. I did not intend for you to see something as gruesome as that. If you have children watching in the audience right now, please put them to bed. The images you have seen tonight, we apologize for here at PodAWFUL. We're a podcast of record, and we do apologize for that. Thank you so much. Oh, what's that? Okay, we do have... All right, again, please, young ones, sensitive viewers right now, please put them away. Apparently, we have images on the ground right now. The big hawking bottle of snot has been hit. It has been hit. Okay. All right, this is live. We got a live picture from the ground right now. The big hawking bottle of snot he's been clipped. They're taking him in an ambulance. Oh my gosh. It's one of those air ambulance, like a helicopter. They're flying him in to Cedars-Sinai right now. Okay, guys, say your prayers. The big hawking bottle of snot. He got hit right in the neck. Damn, you're right. He did get hit right in the neck. That is gruesome.
My sources tell me he's stable.
We're getting him stabilized. Wow. Oh my God. Hopefully everything will be okay. All right. Flesh, you mind coming on camera, by the way? I don't want people to think I'm lying about you being here. There we go. All right, let me bring him up on the screen here. What the fuck did I just click? I just clicked something weird. All right, and
no one really knows how it works.
Yeah, nobody knows how this works. Listen, I've just been doing this for years. Don't expect me to be a professional. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Flesh Simulator in the
flesh.
Simulated flesh? All right, anyway, so Flesh, we have a unique crossroads, an interest in number one, the happenings, the goings on in Washington, D.C., and number two, you've got this amazing campaign right now. And I didn't know, I learned this from you. Even I grew up in Virginia. Okay. I'm from Virginia. And even I didn't know that Washington, D.C. used to be square. Is that right?
Yes.
So explain that to the people, because I want them to know this.
Okay. So Washington, D.C., the way that it was originally laid out on the, with the language for the way it was originally set up, it was a 10 by 10 mile square.
Right.
So shit.
Sorry. That was an accident.
But basically, the part of DC that now constitutes Alexandria and Arlington, Virginia, that was given back to Virginia in 1846 through something called the retrocession of 1846. The entire reason for this was because there was a big-ass slave market there. And all the people in Congress had financial investments into the slave market. And then word came around that they were trying to ban the slave trade in the district. They're like, okay, well, can we like get rid of the area that has like the place where we sell all of our slaves and get that out of DC so there's no business interruptions?
Now, was that more to get rid of the slaves, or was it more to get rid of the temples?
I mean, there is, I believe, isn't there like a Freemason Washington Monument somewhere in Virginia?
Probably. That sounds right.
I mean, there's all kinds of weird shit there.
There's Freemason shit everywhere in Virginia. It's
well,
crazy,
yeah. I mean, if you just look at the, street map of DC, it's like, oh, that makes a
It's an owl.
It makes that symbol.
Yeah, it's like everything's shaped like an owl and a compass and shit like that.
Yeah, lots of like 30-degree angles.
Yeah, 33, please.
Yeah,
33.
exactly.
Let's not go crazy.
I mean, you're a Freemason, right, Jesse?
Well, I'm a 33rd. I'm a Scottish Rite, so it's a little bit different. I'm Scottish Rite's Freemason. It's a little bit different, but I was grandfathered in.
Yeah, same.
Damn.
I've been meaning to buy I've been meaning to buy a Masonic ring because it would have been so fucking funny if I had just been able to.
Dude, if you just had that on casually in a video, there'd be schizo posting galore over that.
Yeah.
The subreddit,
have to get it
the
now.
subreddit would lose it.
Oh yeah, my best friends, the subreddit. Yeah, I keep an eye on like eBay for whenever class rings that would be fun to have pop up, because people think that a Harvard education costs $150,000 or whatever nowadays. No, it costs like the $480 that it takes to bid on someone's old class ring.
Yeah, I was going to Epstein had the Harvard. I thought it was so funny that he had that Harvard sweatshirt that he would wear, even though he didn't go to Harvard, which is like, it's like stolen valor Harvard shit. And this was years and years, again, when that photo first came out, everybody was sharing it. I was like, I got to make an Epstein Harvard sweater, where it's like, it says Harvard, but then under, the seal instead has like little Epstein jokes or something in it. And then I was like, you know what? I can't do it, because then people are going to be like, what? You're selling merch for the pedophile guy? And now Nick Fuentes is selling Jeffrey Epstein quarter zips. I should have done it.
Yeah.
I should have done it. Instead, I did this. I've got Epstein hang in there.
Hang in.
Which it has the actual.
That's pretty good.
You did. Listen, I did this one first, I got to say, but you also did a little black book Epstein shirt, didn't you? Didn't you sell that as well?
Yes, I did. I didn't even. That's. I feel bad because I keep winding up stepping on your toes, just like completely by happenstance. Years later.
But we keep running into
happens a lot.
Yeah, it's listen. It's gonna. I told you before the show, I'm the Forrest Gump of the internet. When you look back, my footprints are there as well. But you are also sort of a Forrest Gump of the internet. You've also been involved with many little things here and there that people probably aren't aware of. But anyway, all right, listen.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to tell the story that I told you?
Yeah, if you want,
I can.
If you want.
Okay. So it's something that I'll just give this one because this is one of the more minor ones. But I was at one point a prolific poster on the music board of 4chan.
Okay.
Some of you may recall,
which, by the way, was started by Alan Dershowitz. That got missed in the files, but Alan Dershowitz was huge in the involvement of starting Moo.
Yeah, I always heard it was 𝐏𝐄𝐃, but so on there, like in I want to say probably when was this? This was probably 2014, maybe 2013. There was are any of you familiar with the musical artist Death Grips?
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit.
So you guys remember how for No Love Deep Web, they had the ARG.
Yeah, I'm extremely familiar with that. Yeah, I always find
where they're like,
I have this weird thing where I think ARGs are really funny. So I don't like participate in them, but I like watching them from the outside and watching the people lose their minds over them and stuff. Yeah.
People lose their minds.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
As I learned when I ran the follow-up fake ARG to No Love Deep Web. So, like, there was a thing that happened with No Love Deep Web where they were, dropping tracks bit by bit, like on the deep web, all that stuff. Well, there was one that was a follow-up that, as like a just completely idiotic, bored teenager, I was responsible for. That was like I had read about Cicada 3301, and then as a follow-up, I was like, I bet I could do something like this.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that everybody saw and then goes, me too.
And so I started doing just a completely unrelated fake ARG project, and everyone on Mew immediately was like, this has to be Death Grips. And so I didn't say no.
You weren't even attempting specifically for it to be that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even attempting for it to be Death Grips, but I just like when like 10,000 people got super invested in it because they thought they were going to get new Death Grips music. I was like, okay, so I guess I got to learn to produce some fake Death Grips songs.
You probably weren't far off from that.
The funniest thing from that whole debacle was the fact that I did manage to trick Anthony Fantano into retweeting my fake music as new Death Grips.
That's awesome. That's so good. Anthony Fantano, by the way, was on our first episode of Slop Week. Slop Week. Have you heard of Slop Week?
I have not heard of Slop Week. I mean, other than just now.
Have you heard of Faceless?
So that's actually incredible. Get it? Like that's enough of a goal right there. But actually getting people to like try solving the ARG is so funny. I love that. That's what's like so funny about Reddit. Somebody in chat, Nudnik in chat says ARGs are fun. People want to be Sherlock Holmes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had people like going to physical locations. Because like when I was doing this, I was able to I was doing this while I was doing like college tours, and so I was just leaving like physical clues. Like I was leaving like origami cranes with like codes and SD cards and bullets and shit in them, just lying around like the entirety of like the. Like I was in Kansas City, like going through the Midwest, all through the Northeast, and people were like, "Dear God, this must have like government involvement. They've got so many operatives doing this." I'm like, "Motherfucker, like this, look, these are all colleges,
right? Yeah, it's clearly just some guy on tour.
Yeah,
just not Death Grips.
It's a 17-year-old,
just specifically not Death Grips, despite the fact that we all thought that. That is like, and they're the perfect band to do that with too. That is, I knew about that ARG, quote unquote, existing. I actually did hear about that. So finding out that was you is so funny. But there's another thing with ARGs. This guy's right. Everybody wants to be Sherlock Holmes. This is happening. This is what happens with Reddit all the time. Like when they tried to find the Boston bomber and stuff.
We did it, Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit. Yeah, go ahead.
Have you guys heard of the big new ARG that's getting viral on X these days?
Well, is it called the Epstein Files? Yeah.
I mean that, but my favorite one has people going to physical locations and investigating things. It's called fraudreporter.visadata.org.
What is that? Is that the Indian thing in Texas?
Oh, it's not just Texas. You can just look up clues to find H-1B fraud and validate them yourself. Yeah. Well, I'm fans of ARGs should take a look.
Yeah, everybody look into that.
Just an RG.
And by the way, I heard Death Grips is involved with that one. The
gamified deportations.
Listen, I want to be clear on this episode. I 100% believe. I think it's obvious that Epstein was a pedophile who abused children. This episode, this is the pedophiles. episode 14. We've been doing this for years, covering this kind of thing. 100%. I think he was, you know, I do kind of think because he was so stupid in all these emails, I am starting to believe he was like a patsy, basically. I don't think he's the master.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he's the one pulling the strings, really. Like, whoever gave him money.
He's not the brains.
He's not the brains of the operation. Maybe Ghislaine, which rhymes.
Yes, I do think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, her dad.
Her dad, the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on, and we can delve deeper into that. But my point is, I 100% think that there was other people, Prince Andrew, you know, very clearly there's stuff going on. But there are certain things, certain aspects of this that to me feel like people chasing a fake ARG. There have been ever since Pizzagate. And here's the thing. It does feel like now, because of everything that's coming out, and you had a video on this that I enjoyed, it turns out Pizzagate's real. But
yes,
I was there at Pizzagate. I was there the day after the gunman was there, and we have footage of that, as a matter of fact. So we're going to talk more about that and find out which parts of this are an ARG and which maybe people are now going to think that we are behind an ARG, that like, I put out the fake.
We're the ones who did Pizzagate.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. But anyway, we'll be back right after this.
I stay anointed. I've seen footage.
Thanks to Awful Tech, I've got more time to spend with my family.
Thanks to Awful Tech, I can breathe again.
Thanks to Awful Tech, I can hang with my friends, feel young again, and live my best life.
Talk to your doctor today to see if Awful Tech Capsule Concepts is right for you. Visit awful.tech to see more.
Yeah, it just seemed too perfect not to go ahead and play the Death Grip song and then the ad with Epstein in it. Thanks to was it Mr. Me for being a member for 3 months. Thanks. You're part of the Future Billionaires Club, which in this episode sounds bad. I probably should not have named the membership on YouTube Future Billionaires Club. Just considering that, but thanks for that. By the way, go to
name change to Jerky Enthusiasts.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we should get into that as well, as a matter of fact. Yeah, but go to, if you want to support the show, go to awful.tech and grab yourself a shirt. There you got Epstein, awful.tech, and here's the shirt. There you go. Oop, did I click it? Yeah, there we go. Hang in there. Awful.world, the Epstein Files Phase 4. It's a big club, and you are in it. That's a quote from George Carlin while he was on Epstein's island. So awful.tech for that. All right. Let's get into it. Where do you want to start? I mean, should we go with the files that are out now? Should we start with Pizzagate? Where do we go with this, Flesh?
I think maybe start with the files that are out now, because I feel like I'm gonna talk for an hour and a half on Pizzagate.
Okay.
So I'm not putting my eyeballs in that right now.
Can we talk about that, or should we stay quiet?
Let's cover the Epstein files.
Let's cover the Epstein files first. All right. So, tons of, obviously everybody's been seeing these emails. You know, there's certain, the ones that went the most viral are the ones that are obviously just people calling in fake tips, or they're almost they weaponized the tip system. I think the most egregious one, but obviously the one that all the ARG fans want to sink their teeth into the most, is the one about George Bush Sr. eating children and a scimitar cutting people's feet. Which, by the way, why is scimitar? That seems a little Mediterranean for my taste. I'm not sure about that one.
And that's white people shit.
Yeah.
The thing with that just is so frustrating is that, all of the people that are sharing that clearly didn't even read the email itself, because the first whole like 3 pages of it is them being like, yeah, this is some complete insane like neat loser who showed up along with this guy whose like whole deal is that he's like a guy who's trying to expose the FBI for lying. And like, what's bad when like they can just give like factual descriptions of someone and that's how they make their case that this is a completely unreliable person.
True. Yeah. It's not, you say neat. I completely forgot that a good portion of this is that this guy literally, like, they have to say in the file, yeah, he lives with his parents. He like, they're this close to saying he lives in the basement.
Yeah. It's like, they feel the need to name drop that he lives with like his mother and his mother's morbidly obese boyfriend.
Right. Right. Yeah. They might as well, like, you can just read between the lines and see that they're trying to say like, oh, there's problems at home. This is a deranged lunatic. He may have been locked in certain parts of the house at certain points in his life. It also very much reads like one of those guys that, in the future you see him on the news and they say he was on our radar for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the tone of it was very much like, hey, we're not saying he didn't get molested, but we think it may have been a little bit less elite.
Yeah, he 100% got molested. He just got Walmart molested. He got bargain bin molestation. Somebody, a friend of the show for $2 says, "What's your fund called again?" Okay, we're going to get to the pizza fund thing in a bit. Obviously, my website is called the Pizza Fund. It predates the gate. Okay, it predates it. And this is something I want to talk about too. Is how the word, like the concept of pizza itself has been ruined forever, unfortunately.
I call them flatbreads now.
Yeah, you might as well. I eat them on bagels, which is worse. Turns out, bagel. You never had a bagel bite? You can eat pizza anytime that way.
I mean, I guess, but like, are you talking about you're talking about the pizza bagels that you cook in the microwave?
Pizza bagel bites.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Okay, that's. I was picturing like a regular size bagel.
No,
people do that too.
Pizza in the morning.
That's
in
worse
the
than
evening,
cannibalism.
Pizza at supper time. When there's pizza on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime. I got fooled twice here with this pizza thing. This is how bad I've lucked out. I name my website the Pizza Fund. Then it turns out pizza is fucking children. It turns out it means that now. And and so then I go, oh, that's bad, but I want to eat pizza still, So then I go, pizza bagel bites. I remember that from when I was a kid. You put them in the microwave, you eat them. You can eat pizza anytime, guys. You can eat pizza anytime. It's right there. And so what I did is I started putting them on a bagel. Then people tell me being Jewish is bad. So now I'm double screwed on that one. Which you must feel that way too. You had to wake up one day and be like, what the fuck? I'm bad.
I am also that way.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm Jewish. What the hell? What's going on here?
I look down at my penis and I'm like, ah!
Yeah. It's not even a foreskin joke. So anyway, so you mentioned the cannibal thing. Tell me, all right, what is going on with this? Because this is the part where you start to lose me a little bit.
Okay, so you look through the files, and there are 380 emails about jerky, and it's like, maybe he really, really liked about jerky,
like beef jerky,
like. Yeah, well, normally people would say beef jerky. In this, it's just only called jerky. And there's there is very notably one email where the person is like, I'm not sure what kind of meat they're using. But anyway, here's what we do for the jerky. And it's got like this recipe that is seemingly very, very because I've made beef jerky before. This is a recipe that would make very bad beef jerky. Like, this is more of like a almost more of like a ceviche recipe or like a
baby flesh.
Yeah, like something that would be not the kind of thing that would properly brine a jerky to the point where it could be subject to jerkification. A bigger thing, though, is that, like, in addition to just the absolutely unreasonable amount of times that, like, they talk about jerky, the way it's talked about is unbelievably strange. Where it's like, oh, yes, Jeffrey Epstein needs some more of his jerky. Are you bringing it to him? Like, do not check the bag. This must be brought with you, like, in your, like, carry-on luggage. Or, like, hey, I'm going to FedEx you some jerky. Or, like, people panicking about, like, oh, God, what if Epstein doesn't have his supply of jerky? It's very, very odd. They mentioned keeping jerky in the deep freezer, which is sort of defeats the purpose of making jerky in the first place.
Totally
I
redundant.
would say. Yeah, like what's the point of making jerky if this is jerky that needs to be kept in a meat freezer, in a deep freezer? They talk about walking jerky over to Leon Black's office. They talk about there's one of them, and it's the first email in the video that I read.
Wait, when you say walking it over,
like I think maybe they mean just walk, like carrying it over, but
you
like,
could you're saying you could.
It could also be
as,
like, all right, come on,
yeah,
come on.
me and you holding hands. All right. So you're telling me, listen, I got to be honest. This is looking bad for me because I would say about 50% of my diet is pizza. About 40% of it is beef jerky. I mean, I guess at least I'm safe still eating my walnut sauce, right?
Yeah. Washing it down with grape soda.
Please don't tell me there's bad news about that. Okay, so the beef jerky thing. This is all right. This is what gets me. You say, like, I'm playing devil's advocate. Let's just say, because when I read these things, I came to all this. This is a 10-year-old thing now, right? Mm-hmm. This is we're a decade on in all of this.
Well, since we've known about it,
exactly. Yes, and my initiation into all of this was as a skeptic. I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. Until I went to Comet Ping Pong. I'm not joking. I went to Comet Ping Pong. It changed everything for me. So when I approach these things, I approach it still to some degree as a skeptic. And so when I hear, again, he fucked kids. All right, let me just be clear. The bad things happen. But then I hear the jerky and I go, you say like, oh, why would you freeze the jerky? That defeats you do, but you do freeze if you're not. This is what I think everybody misses out on. Okay, everybody seems to understand Jeffrey Epstein and basically all of his buddies are like insane billionaires. They have an unlimited supply of cash, and we all know the classic concept of the crazy rich guy who just does anything with his money. And most of those guys get accused of being pedophiles, by the way. Michael Jackson. And I want to state this for the record. Michael Jackson, not a pedophile. Just a 40-something-year-old man who would sleep with children and built a playground inside his yard and an amusement park to attract them to come there. Completely different.
Yeah, he just wanted to flex on them.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to show them how cool he was. He didn't get to have a childhood, so he showed them he could actually be the coolest kid on the playground and also the playground of his house. And also he's friends with E.T. the extraterrestrial for some reason. Mm-hmm. And then you got a guy like that. They're buying hyperbaric chambers. It doesn't matter to them. They'll do whatever. They can try. And you would do that too if you had that money. Now, if you're a billionaire, everybody goes, oh, he's a billionaire, so he's fucking kids. He's a billionaire, so he's eating kids. But if you're a billionaire and you own an island, which is a crazy amount of billionaire, you own an island, then he doesn't live on, like, people know he doesn't live on the island, right? He like visits he stays on the island occasionally. He's in New York, he's in Florida mostly. He even had that place out in New Mexico. What is it, Zorro Ranch?
Yeah, the place in Ohio.
Which that's
the real secret one.
That one makes sense too. I don't know if you know about Ohio, but Lord. The most of his time I would assume was either in New York or Florida, probably. And then he's going to the island. He goes to the island the way you and I, go to the movies. Like it's like an occasional thing that you enjoy for the air conditioning. So when he's going to, if he's got to have, here's my devil's advocate. All the jerky stuff, if you look at the dates of it, it's like 2013-ish, somewhere around there. This is right around the time that for like really in the popular consciousness for the first time, the like paleo carnivore diety kind of stuff is starting to happen. And and they're
like
saying
with Jordan Peterson before he got sent to like that Russian dungeon by his evil daughter.
Before you get benzoed out by your whole family so that you can just be a sock puppet for whatever they're doing.
Mrs. Andrew Tate.
Right. And it might, by the way, Jordan Peterson might have been the one to tell Epstein to do, you have to eat meat or else I drank juice one time. I almost exploded. My particles started decelerating inside me. It might be that there was some Joe Rogan's going around going, I'm the only guy who wasn't even in they bring me up because I didn't go to the islands. Wow, dude, man. Meanwhile, though, you're friends with Peterson. These guys are carnivores. I don't know. Something's going on, obviously. But the point is, he's eating meat. All of his assistants are going like, he's not really eating much nowadays. He kind of just eats beef jerky. They sound weirded out by it. And so you and I read that as like, that's child meat. Child meat, which I'm not sure that jerky is even the best way to prepare child meat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so either. Like where do you land on the white tuna thing?
I don't know what's the white tuna one. I don't think I know that one.
So there are something like 1,000 mentions of something called white tuna. And so I look up white tuna.
Could it be white tuna? Is that a thing?
Yeah, so I looked up what a white tuna is. A white tuna is I don't know the biological fish name Aloascara, Scala or whatever the fuck the fake Latin name for it is. But what is currently commonly referred to as a white tuna, it's part of a family of fish called oilfish, and it's sort of similar to a mackerel, but the deal with it is that it's basically poisonous because of non-digestible wax esters that the oil of it has. There's a lot of discussion of a type of fish of preparing and eating a type of fish that is more or less poisonous to humans.
Same.
You're also poisonous to humans, or
I don't know. Anyway, I think with all right. So here's the thing. Again, this is a rich guy thing. You could almost boil almost all this down to rich guys. Who eats? What is it? Fugu? Isn't that the blowfish who eats that?
This would be like eating improperly prepared fugu.
It's that would also be a weird code name. The code name being a thing that you can't eat, that's a bad code name because it's it's a terrible code name. That starts making the ARG sleuths go, like with the jerky, if he's not going out to the island all the time, you do freeze jerky if you're not going to eat it. That is a thing. I'm big on beef jerky.
But why does he bring it with him?
Well, he's going to go out there and he's going to leave again. This dude's going back again. Going to an island is like going down the street for him. That's not a big deal. Yeah. The big deal is on his servants who have to make sure that his every want and need is met.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. There's just something about the phrase he's considering switching back to regular food that makes me feel like
I was this close to a spit take. I really had to hold that one back. That was close.
No, but for real, he said, they say that in the emails.
Yeah. But that's
the term regular food in the context of being accused of cannibalism does not look great.
That is, all right. Again, if in my devil's advocate brain, I go, if I'm his servant, if I'm the one who's having to do this stupid shit for him, you know what that job is. You're all day long, you're sitting there rolling your eyes at whatever dumb demands and requests he has, and you're gritting your teeth, you're bearing it because you're getting paid decently for it. And so when the servants are, they're not seeing, he's not seeing their emails between each other necessarily. So we're seeing that now because they've put them out there. So when they're going to each other, yeah, he's going back to food again. That's kind of him being like, he's been eating nothing but nuts and berries. I guess we're switching back to eating again. I guess we're done with our hibernation. I'm just saying it's possible.
I agree. I'd put it probably 55-45, leaning in favor of him just making some kind of like weird borderline inedible rich person jerky.
Right.
Like where it's like I feel like part of it might be he's making jerky that's like meat that's almost dried out but not fully dried out and just raw.
Look, all right. I think what we need to do is we need to put ourselves in the shoes of a billionaire, an eccentric billionaire, okay? I'm eating kids. Let's say that, all right? I'm going to, yummy. My favorite, white. I like white meat. So we got some primo ones in. These aren't just your run-of-the-mill, you can steal them right off the street kids. These are white
Oh,
movies.
yeah, people are looking for these ones.
Yeah, exactly. This is front page news. We've got the McCann. We're gonna have to put her on ice because this is something you kind of save up. You don't eat her all at once. That's a good pig.
Yeah.
So you take that, you got a little kid. You don't turn that into jerky. That's veal. You don't want that to be it's a nice tender meat. You got some of the softest flesh you could possibly get from a kid. If you turn it into jerky, what was the fuck? You could have just eaten a guy at that point. Might as well have been, that
is a good point.
You could have eaten a clown. It tastes funny, but the point is, and then everybody makes a big deal about, there's a restaurant called Cannibal, but it was just it was true. There was a restaurant called Cannibal. That's just, gay New Yorker nonsense, just hipster loser shit. But that
okay, so I will butt in on that one because what the email said was like,
I want you to disprove it.
Yeah. So the email talking about that is like, this is blah blah blah. He's gonna come teach us how to make jerky. He's a chef at, and like I forget exactly how they phrased it, but it was something to the effect of like he's a chef at a restaurant called, wait for it, Cannibal.
Yeah, there was a ... involved in ellipses.
Like the way it was phrased was very much like they're implying that like, that's a normal restaurant name, but in this context, it's ironic.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm of two minds about it. I think you and I are on the same page on this. There's that sort of a trickle down thing of culture and whatever's going on from the rich and also like the government, high level, higher echelon thing down to normal people. Everything they have, we get 10, 15 years later than them, and there was that thing. I got to be honest. There was that thing about, I would say it was about 10 years ago. It was a craze where everything was the secret menu. At a restaurant, you go to McDonald's has a secret menu, Taco Bell's got a secret menu. I wonder if that was trickled down from the rich people menu at Cannibal, where it turns out they had a secret menu. Maybe people started hearing a rich guy walks in, Dershowitz wants to get his number 2 special or whatever from the secret menu. Oh, people over here that want to, oh man, the secret menu. Oh, can I have the secret menu too? But they don't know the password or something. That's possible.
They're like, let me get a number 2 extra scared.
Yeah. Where are you on adrenochrome?
I think that so I actually have a video that I'm going to be doing shortly on synthesizing adrenochrome from stuff that you can find at CVS.
Yeah.
Because it's just oxidized epinephrine. Right. And then there's not that much that you can do with it. I think that like there is a possibility that it could be used to induce schizophrenia, so I'm not going to taste any of it. But you can use it to develop film, which is I think what I'm going to use it
Can
for.
you get
Like,
epinephrine in any way other than like from a pharmacy, or is it in other
so you
stuff?
can buy epinephrine over the counter. It's in Primatene inhalers, but you could also just get it from chemical suppliers like Fisher Scientific
but here's
or whatever.
The problem: you can't make an inhaler scared. So it's not going to be as delicious that way. You need the fear, I think, is the real primary.
Yeah, you need the like free range adrenochrome, not any of that lab grown shit.
Well, at my pharmacy, I talk to my chemist and I say, "Can I get the Frazzle drip off the secret menu?" And then they pass me something. Frazzle drip. I think this has been my problem with it from the beginning, right? I think, are you allowed? I keep saying Pizzagate, and then I'm now remembering that I had to stop saying that years ago because every video I ever did where I said it, they took it down.
Which, that in and of itself, I think is
I had
kind of some evidence.
The YouTube channel we're on right now is not my original YouTube channel by far. My original channel, I had like 10,000 subs, and they started deleting all of my pedophiles episodes, which is of course what this one is, and anything that had P-gate in it, boom, gone. And they kept telling me I was bullying and harassing pedophiles, so which is bad. I guess they're buddies, you know.
Yeah.
I'll
try to refrain from saying it as well.
Well, I've already said it now. I'm only asking because my problem with the pizza. Go ahead.
I was going to say that I did a video recently where I said it like 500 times and nothing happened.
All right, yeah, I think we're past that now, but I have a feeling they might be bringing that back.
Yes,
soon. We might be curving right back around to that. The
time is a flat circle,
of course. The first time with the Pizzagate stuff, I think. All right, here's the odd spot I'm at. Pizzagate. The concept of it, the what's behind it thing, is real. But every single thing that led to all of us knowing that is not. Meaning, the code word. You lose me at the code words. You lose me at the ARG aspect of this. Everybody decided. I had a huge argument with my wife about this. Because she 100% believes the code words, okay? But you know, how do you know what walnut sauce means? And then sometimes I'll ask people like, what does walnut sauce mean? Nobody has the same answer. Nobody knows. She said it was brain goo. I go, brain goo? That's not even an option of life. I don't think brains have goo.
I've heard that it's an orgy involving African American youngsters.
Of course, yeah, sure. That's
there's multiple, like, no one really knows what the fuck any of this means. Like, because there's so much stuff that, like, okay, so I think that there is, like, there's a lot of these emails that you can look at, and it's just like whatever the hell they're talking about, it's something, right?
Okay. Yeah, I would say like the pizza map handkerchief one. There's
that one is very odd.
That's odd.
The one that is like it's burned into my memory is the P.S. Do you think I'll do better playing dominoes on cheese than on pasta? And it's like, okay, that's a really sinister thing to say.
Dominoes?
Yeah, do you think I'll do better playing dominoes on cheese than on pasta?
Okay. So I was like, well, if it was Domino's pizza, then that one actually kind of makes sense.
Playing dominoes.
Okay.
And that one's just like, I can't think of anything that could mean that isn't, like, at bare minimum, we're talking about drug trafficking.
Right. Yeah. Someone in chat says, sorry, I just saw a good one there. Where did it go? Somebody says, oh yeah, walnut sauce. It's a sauce with walnuts. It's disgusting. This is the thing. I think this is another one of those rich guy, poor guy, we're not comprehending things. I think people don't realize walnut sauce exists. Like that, an actual sauce.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. I've had it, and it is disgusting. Yeah. It's very odd. I've had it. I told my wife that. She keeps saying, you haven't. That's not real. There's no such thing as walnut sauce. That's why we know. I pointed out to her, I was like, where did where's the legend? Where's the key for these terms? If we had the pizza handkerchief, the pizza map handkerchief, and on it there was a legend of pizza equals children, hot dogs equals little boys' butts, whatever it is. I don't know what the terms are. And then you would have something. These were just invented. Somebody just looked at it and went, well, that's what that means, and that's what that means. And then everyone ran with it. And all of that came from 4chan. And 4chan was invented by Jeffrey Epstein, apparently. How did we get here?
I think that I think that the poll angle on this is probably a bit overblown because and I just did a big a whole video about this on Instagram, I think, talking about how I think really what the purpose of poll was that Epstein wanted to take any political viewpoint that was critical towards areas of his interest. Namely our greatest ally, and also creating a global surf cast.
And we're almost done with that one.
The clock is ticking down to escape the permanent underclass. But I think that the idea behind poll was they took any kind of inconvenient political discourse that was happening on 4chan, and they were like, hey, let's have this take place in a room that is filled with the most insane Nazis ever. And because then it's that does a real good job. Any normal person goes on poll and they're like, oh God. And
I don't know if they're the most insane Nazis ever. They weren't twins together.
I mean, yeah. Actually, most insane Nazis in 50 years.
Okay. Well, I actually don't know how insane that is. I'm actually pretty interested in twin science and what's going on. Maybe we should be sewing these things together, seeing what's up. See
what happens.
I don't know if you know any twins, but we're kind of freaky people,
Not anymore.
I have a twin brother, and it's not it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're weird. So
does he ever host a show?
All the time. People have no idea. They don't even notice a change in hair length or anything. Yeah.
There's a theory about a NBA player that has a twin that that he's had his brothers step in and play for him in games before.
Who's that?
Yeah. I cannot remember the name, but I saw the case being made, and it's okay, your ankle went from broken to not broken to broken again.
Yeah, and maybe we should be breaking the other one's ankle and seeing if they can both, if the other one can feel it from the other side of the earth or whatever.
Yeah. New legal precedent. Anything that happens to one twin has to happen to the other.
I've always made the argument that we fucked up with Operation Paperclip. We shouldn't have brought over the rocket scientists. We should have brought over the twin scientists, the guys. Anybody sewing another guy onto your head or flaying skin and seeing what's under there or anything. That kind of science.
You got ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
Operation Sewing Machine.
Yes, exactly. Operation Thread the Needle. There's something there. By the way, we do have the jerky recipe here in case anybody at home wants to make the jerky. So you got to have two. Now, this is what it says. This is all I have, unfortunately. I don't know what kind of meat he was using, but that actually is kind of suspicious. I will admit.
Right.
I don't know what kind of meat he is using. The fact that it's mystery meat literally is included in there. But they do say in a different email, steak. I will throw that out there.
Yeah. But then there's also the email being from the woman who runs a adoption nonprofit being would you like me to bring any more steaks to your island? You only have 2 remaining.
Well, if you're running
Catherine
out of steak,
Hamblin.
If you're running out of steak and you live on an island, it's not exactly easy to get steak flesh.
Yeah. Sure, but why is the CEO of a adoption NGO the one doing that?
Okay, all right.
Isn't that more of a
Fair
assistant type job?
Fair enough. I'm convinced. Okay, this is probably made of child meat right now. Ooh,
I don't think they'd waste it on that.
Wait a second. I think this one's Timmy. Okay, so poor guy never got to meet the big bottle of snot. So it says I don't know what kind of meat he was. And by the way, we will be checking in with the Big Hawk and bottle of snot, see how he's doing later. I don't know what kind of meat he was using, but Steve should know if you are not sure either. Okay, now we need to talk to Steve. I don't know who Steve is, but Steve's got the answers. I'm starting to fear it might be Steve from Blue's Clues. You know, he disappeared for a while and then came back bald.
I think Steve was the one that Epstein was emailing about, like, have you sent the jerky to the lab for analysis?
Okay, that's not good. All right.
Like, that's a really weird thing to say.
That's not good. And then here's a recipe if you want to try it home. It says 2 pounds of jerky, which if you're making jerky, you don't start with 2 pounds of jerky. So we'll rewrite that part to 2 pounds of mystery meat. Third, organic tamari soy sauce. And they spelled sauce wrong. Is everybody that works for this guy an idiot? Or is this him sending it? No, they wouldn't have redacted it.
They all have prions.
Yeah, good point. It's all that walnut sauce brain goo they're drinking. 3 tablespoons.
Kreutzfeldt Jacobs.
3 tablespoons sweet soy sauce, 𝐏𝐃𝐎 manis. 2 tablespoons ginger, 2 tablespoons lemongrass, fresh cut. So you're gonna have to grab your lawnmower and fire it up for that one. But I don't know.
That also is a terrible recipe for jerky, for like the amount of meat they're using. Like,
it is odd.
That would not, like, that's, like I said, like, that's more of like a almost like a steak tartare, like a chimichurri, not chimichurri, ceviche, like whatever, the one that's like the finely chopped shit with all the herbs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I've dehydrated some meat, made some jerky in my time. That sounds like maybe it would taste okay. Maybe.
It seems like there's not enough like salt in it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of soy sauce.
There's a lot of soy sauce. That's pretty umami flavored. Why do we say umami instead of just savory? Don't we already have a word for that? Oh, yeah, Japan. Okay, so kawaii. All right, you know what? You're kind of convincing me on this, but again, like I said, I originally was a skeptic of all of this.
So was I. It just, like, the more of them you read in a row, it's like, okay, I've never talked to anyone about jerky this much in my life.
Right. Well, so we have something in common. We have both been to Comet Ping Pong Pizza.
Yes. Yes, we have.
But in very different ways. You had a band that played a show there.
Yes, I did.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so and this was, I want to say 2015, like before any of all the weird shit went down.
But that's only like a year before, right? Wasn't that 2016?
So like, it was 2016. I was in a band. We got booked to open for another band that we kind of knew. So like that was the way that we got roped in. Dude, they were so weird. They were so fucking weird there. Like, first of all, like they paid really well, and at the time we were like, "Yo, this place rules, guys." But like the weirdest thing is, so first of all, the bit that really, really, really struck me as odd, even at the time, was like we go in there and they all they somehow know the first name of everyone in the band,
right?
Like they just address us by their first name, by our first names.
Which you hadn't introduced yourselves or anything.
No, yeah, we hadn't introduced ourselves. I don't even think we had those like particularly public. But so that was one of the odd things. So I can firsthand confirm that Comet Ping Pong, at least the Comet Ping Pong restaurant, does not have a basement. There's other stuff. That. Yeah, like there's other places that's a different question, but
which we will get into.
Yes, the specific Comet venue itself, like all the stuff that people are like, oh yeah, no, like this big bit that goes down in the back, that's the actually, let me see if I can pull up and for you to send to you, like for you to show there's a picture of me at
Yeah, I think I saw that on your video. You had
Yes.
and I could
There's
recognize
a picture of me at in the green room.
I could recognize where you were, and that's like that back door that says it has spray painted on it on the outside, Comet on the back, and you were like right in front of that door, which means there's it would be physically impossible for there to be a basement there.
Yeah.
I can kind of explain the geography of it there, having visited.
I guess I don't have. I'll just DM it to you because this will be fun to pull up.
Yeah.
There we go. I sent it.
Yes. Okay. So this is so funny. So it's just so innocent and pure. This image, and then it turns out that this is the most horrifying place that ever existed. So here's Flesh, and this is where you. By the way, if you just show this, if you cover up these lights, you just show this. This looks like a kill room of some kind.
Yes.
It's not. It doesn't look like a nice place to eat. Exactly.
Yeah, very industrial feeling.
Mm-hmm. But they're so yeah, they've just got a little area. Well, this is back toward like where they have the ping pong tables, right? In the back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because like the area like that goes down in the back, that's the green room where the band hangs out. Like weird 2-story green room. The weirdest thing there. So there were 2 other weird things. All of the plates and cups and silverware and shit, they were kept in child-sized dog crates.
What?
Specifically child size. Specifically, you're saying specifically.
I would say like
size.
just a little bit too small for me to fit in.
Okay, you're only just slightly larger than a child.
I mean, in a general sense, yes.
Okay, fair enough. In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, like it would comfortably fit like if you think about it, like if you're like crouching down, like if you're being kind of compressed, it's like the square cube law.
Okay. It's kind of like if you put pizza on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime.
Yeah. I mean, but yes, like the amount of volume that you could fit an adult man into is not that much bigger than
it depends on
the amount that you can fit.
Is he solid or liquid? The adult man. If you liquefy him, you can probably fit him a little bit better, you know?
Yeah, it's his brother, Liquid Adult Man. But and then the final weird thing that stuck out to me, even at the time, and like I remember talking to someone else in my band about this. They had 2 different like mini fridge sized blade rack servers. So the type of server that you would have in like a large, big office, where it's like they've got not just one computer, but it's blades.
Which why does a pizza place need that?
Yeah, and they had 2 of those, and at the time I was just like, I've never seen that many computers in a restaurant before. Oh, and then afterwards it was like, oh, yeah, that is pretty weird.
Yeah,
you were looking at a whole lot of child porn.
Because I spent a little time. So when I went there, it was the day after the gunman had showed up.
Yes.
Who
Edgar Welch.
Which there's a whole rabbit hole.
That's a whole yes.
Man.
Do you think he's talked to us, brother?
Well, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because she sent me fan mail about the big hawking bottle of snot yesterday. Yeah, Haley Welch. There she is. She says her lawyers will be in touch. Yeah, it's crazy you say that. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at the pictures. See, when I went, the gunman had showed up. Okay, who has since been murdered by police.
Yes,
crazy. He went to jail. He got out. What was it, like maybe 2 years later? He gets pulled over on a random stop, and then blah blah. Somehow, by the way, people not marching in the streets over the police brutality of this guy. Not a single fire was set. Not a target was looted. Nothing. Although maybe you got robbed by some young ruffians or something right on the street. Maybe that was part of the outrage at the death of Edgar Welch. Is that at all possible?
I mean that predated that. Like,
okay.
The amount of people that the amount of that experience had, like, It's very funny. Like I wound up like this was probably in 2023. Like I was checking out at a convenience store. I got fucking sucker punched in the back of the head by like a 17-year-old, and that has evolved into Flesh Simulator gets robbed by children constantly.
Well, maybe your packages being stolen or something had to do with it.
I mean, yeah, like that just that's just part of DC.
Yeah.
And like I've had probably 10 different Amazon packages stolen like within the last year. But that's just because they leave them outside where, you know, they're available to steal.
When I went, the gunman had just been there the day before. This has happened to me twice, Flesh. I have such insane luck, right? Because I had been planning for a week to go there. Now I don't watch the news. I don't read anything. I have no idea what's going on in the world at any given time until it's forced in front of my eyeballs. So I had just been gearing up to go. I was living in New York City. I was going to drive down there, and I did. I drove there, and I had no clue that had happened. Okay, you have to have that in mind. I did not know that had gone down yet. So I find out on the way there, and there's like a police presence all around, and the news is outside of Comet Ping Pong, and they're shut down for the day, which is going to be important to the story later on as well. So I never actually went inside, but I did go all around the outside, and I did go to Besta Pizza, which was also somewhat involved in the lore on all of this.
Yes.
Now, because I never got a chance to go in, and I've always kicked myself over that. The only idea I've had of the layout of the place has been from my viewing of the outside of it, which again, you can literally just tell from the outside there's no basement. Because so if you don't know, Comet Ping Pong, it's in a strip mall. It's a larger building in the middle of a strip mall. And it's
on like a hill.
It's a grade. There's a steep grade to the land that it's sitting on. So the buildings next door, maybe not the one directly next door, but absolutely 2 doors down from Comet Ping Pong, has a basement. And I have proof of that.
Yeah.
I have multiple proofs of that. And in fact, I believe anyone knowing that there were basements anywhere on the property at all is the direct result of my work on the ground there. Because I had a video that went viral after going there. And so to this day, you go and watch old Pizzagate videos or the image macros and stuff of that. And it's people using my footage, screenshots from my stuff. It's all in there. Roseanne Barr called me a hero for doing this, by the way. That actually happened. She was like, thank you to the heroes at PODAWFUL for checking out the Comet Ping Pong basement and the tunnels. Now, the story goes deeper than that, but because I never saw the inside, I would go on Google Images, or not Google Images, but Google Maps, and see the photos people have uploaded from inside so that I could get an idea of the lay of the land inside. Because I was like, well, okay, there's no basement, which was like upsetting to me, you know? And it seemed like it was upsetting to Edgar Welch as well. Now, I didn't get quite as upset as him.
I didn't get quite as heated.
No, but maybe it's because there was a police presence there. But I will say this.
Maybe they turned off the MK Ultra signal when you were already halfway down.
Well, I was wearing my tinfoil already, so they never had a chance. I turned the car, I was driving it into a Faraday cage. But it makes sense now. You say they had all these blades, server racks and everything. Isn't the story that when he shot the gun, all it did was hit a server in there?
Yes.
So that's like there's servers everywhere. Like you can't shoot a gun in there and not hit a server.
So what's funny is that the server that and there's video of it, like of Alephantis talking to the news and being like, "Yeah, this is the server he shot." The one that he shot was just a desktop computer in like a closet,
right?
And the weirdest part is that was nowhere near where the other 2 servers were.
Okay. So it was like a special separate server. All right.
Yeah, so that was and then like if you like look into some of the crazier stuff with like the domain name, like there's people who've like done like like lookups of like other subdomains attached to the like other subdomains registered under cometpingpong.com or whatever. And there's like wearesickfucks.com at pingpong.com, pedophilepizza.com at pingpong.com.
Well, I'll be listen, in all fairness. In all fairness, if you were to look up some of my subdomains and things I own, it wouldn't look much better than that. In fact, it might look way worse.
Tell us about one of them.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Don't worry, Flesh. Don't worry about it. These guys, they're yanking your chain. Who it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Look, okay, all right, look, I don't want you to think anything bad. So I bought a silly domain name one time for a prank that I still I never did anything with. Like, it was just a failed prank that I never went anywhere. The prank. And yeah, I pranked myself. And and it's all right, the idea was I wanted to fool people into thinking that because they weren't, this was actually when they weren't releasing the Epstein files and stuff, and the fever pitch was getting super heightened.
Yeah.
I do own epstein.club. I do own that as well. But
that's pretty good.
That's a good one. I have an obsession with buying domain names for no reason. It's like that's my Beanie Babies, okay? And my Pokemon cards. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny while all the right-leaning guys are super, super fever pitch about this, make it seem like that, they're on the precipice of like legalizing pedophilia or child porn. And I was going to like put out stuff that proves that proves they're trying to legalize it. And the thing that I was going to do was I wanted to make it look like Pornhub.com had bought the domain childpornhub.com. So I had to buy the domain childpornhub.com.
Okay, that's really funny.
But you can see why I never pulled the trigger on it as well. It's
to be clear, it wasn't porn of children, it was porn for children.
By children.
It was the FUBU of child porn. It was for us, by us. No,
it was like YouTube for kids.
I don't think it was that. I don't know that I had that thought, Lenny. I'll be honest with you, but
I thought that's what it was. Okay.
The only thought process was I wanted to look like Pornhub is like gearing up for this. Like they're ready at a moment's
the groundwork.
notice. Yeah, just in case it ever gets legalized. The slippery slope leads to them getting a windfall on it. So unfortunately I bought that, and then I was like, you know what? Somebody's going to uncover that it's me that owns it. Then it just looks like it's me. I better not. But the craziest part is I go to buy it, right? And I used GoDaddy to buy it, and you would think they'd be like, come on. No, that's not. There's all sorts of domains you can't buy because they're like, no way, dude. You're not allowed to have swastika.
You can't buy alqaeda.gov.
Right. You're not allowed to have swastika.biz or whatever they say. Yeah. So it was no issue at all. They just let me buy it. And then like a week and a half later, I mean, like no time later, I had a problem with one of my domains. And so I had to call up GoDaddy to get service on it. And we had to go through my products for them to like figure out. So I'm sitting there like, please don't notice. Please don't notice. Please don't note. Please don't ask me any questions. Please, 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 please. It was, anyway, look,
terrifying.
It was terrifying.
This does not look good on paper.
No, it doesn't look good on person. It doesn't look good on, it wouldn't look good on stone tablet from millions of years ago.
Though.
Yeah, it doesn't look good anywhere, but
no.
Yes, that is, yeah, no, I can see the vision.
Yeah. So when I was looking on the Comet Ping Pong Google Maps thing, I did notice this photo. Now you see over here, you've got some children playing ping pong. Is this door right here that back door, or is that the side door? There's because there's two back entrances to ping pong.
Yeah, so that's the side entrance.
Okay, that's what
the
I
back
thought.
entrance is like you have to go down a flight of stairs.
Okay, and see that's why people get confused about the basement. Because
it's like
the land is on a grade.
It does go down.
It does go down.
Yeah, like it does go down, but it's just all the same one open room. It's like it's really long inside.
It's a super long building, and it's just completely wide open. It looks like, when they take an old factory and hollow it out and turn it into like a loft or something. Like it's got that kind of vibe inside.
Like I feel like it used to be like a auto repair shop or something.
Yeah. Now, interestingly here, this photo, this is from 2019. So this is post Pizzagate. They've got hanging up inside Comet Ping Pong is a newspaper that says fact check, this pizzeria, not a child trafficking site. And then it's a picture. It's a picture of James Alefantis behind the counter at Comet Ping Pong, and above it, there's 4 jars of Comet Ping Pong sauce. Now, this sauce is something they'd been selling since you played there, at least. And I remember one of the stories, when they were digging up old stuff about Alefantis, is like he or someone who worked there, someone he's associated with. They make the tomato sauce themselves. They made a big deal about how they're the ones making the sauce. And
and they get the tomatoes from the basement.
And they get the tomatoes from the this is James Alefantis' direct quote.
Yep. It's a Washingtonian article from 2009.
So where's the basement?
The deal with the basement is in so the restaurant directly next to it is Buck's Fishing and Camping, which I think is 5031 Connecticut Avenue.
Which is also
that is like one of the narrower ones.
Which is
like,
also owned by James Alefantis.
Yes. So yes. And so it goes like it went Comet, Besta Pizza, Buck's Fishing and Camping, I want to say. Like it was 2 doors down.
Yes.
Or maybe it was Besta Pizza was
Besta was 3 doors down. Besta doesn't exist anymore. Besta was 3 doors down.
Besta is now like Muchas Gracias or something like that.
Which is James Alefantis has a stake in the restaurant that is now in the location of Besta Pizza. I looked this up. It's 100% official. He is involved in there. It like you go to their website. It's like
he's involved into everything. Yeah. Like you have to go into the property records. Everything else on that block is owned by like this weird LLC called Coneb.
Right.
Coneb 2, and then like it. And actually, that's where it starts getting really dicey. But the deal with Buck's Fishing and Camping, which I think actually was the one that bordered Comet Ping Pong, is that was one of the shallower ones. So it's like Comet is way long and it's on the corner kind of.
Okay.
So like Comet goes down like this, and then there's Buck's Fishing and Camping, which because of the grade is just like a 2-story short building.
Okay.
And that's the one that has the basement, and that's where they kept the tomatoes and shit.
Yeah. So I've been autistically looking all this stuff up again since I knew this episode was coming, and here is now somebody tweeted this to me. There you go. There is no basement. Really? Come and take a look. This post was made in 2020, and it includes the footage from me going to Comet Ping Pong. This is legitimately my footage included in here. Now, here's a problem. I was looking for that footage before. I was trying to find the raw footage, which I just do not have. Like it's on an old computer at this point. It's like 3 computers ago, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I also had my Vimeo account deleted. The viral version of this video, the one that everybody was sharing everywhere, was posted on Vimeo. And so that's gone now. All the view, everybody looking at that, the main place people got it from, that's totally gone. Vimeo terminated my account last year. Weirdly, right before the Epstein files came out. Yeah, maybe it's related. Anyway, so this, I had to save it. I had to save this by finding it through here. Let's take a look at this.
So all of a sudden, John's writing about pizza, and one of these really, I consider evil people in the media world and in the online world, out of whole cloth make up this story that John Podesta and I are running a child trafficking ring in the basement of the Comet Pizza Parlor.
Is it, you go, oh, well, why would she even talk about it? Why would she even bring it up? Well, she can bring it up because there ain't no basement. That was their linchpin. Everything clinched on the fact that they could go, you can literally go there and you can literally see with your own eyes there's no basement. And thus, everything is fake. It must not be true. Yep. There's no possible way. But...
By the way, there is no basement. Yeah, there is no basement. I know.
Okay, well, here's my footage. Now, this is real, all right? Those kids right there and that man. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get it.
Is that Elephantis?
No, it's not.
It kind of looks like him.
It does a little bit. It's not, though. I saw him up close. This guy and these kids ran right by me. Actually, you know what? What we need is, hang on a second. We need a little bit of a tour of the area for you to really grasp this, okay? Because the people who haven't been there, they're not going to understand this. Like, this is like ethereal to them. And I think this is a big problem with the sort of, trying to figure all this stuff out in general. Okay.
Because it's a weird area.
Yes. Is there a way to make this go away? Okay. So let's show this. All right. This is the outside of the strip mall for Comet Pizza. There's Comet right there.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. This is Connecticut Avenue. Now, this isn't what it looked like back then. Let's see some more dates. Let's go to when I was there. When would that have been? The 2017, maybe? Yes, because that is what it looked like. All right, so this is exactly the way it looked when I was there. And next door was this place called Little Red Fox. Little Red Fox is no longer Little Red Fox. That's not there anymore. It is now a place called Call Your Mother. Now, you hear a name like that, and there's only two possibilities. It's either gay or Jewish. And
it's Jewish.
It's Jewish. It's a Jewish deli. So I was looking very deeply into that one because I wanted to know, well, did Elephantis have a stake in Little Red Fox? Does he have a stake in the place that's there now? Little Red Fox died during the pandemic. That's why they're not there anymore, supposedly. Now it's owned by an Argentinian woman and a Jewish man. All right. I've been trying to find any sort of connection between the two. I'll be honest, I haven't been able to find one. But here's what I do know. When I was there, I was on the other side of the building. There's a parking lot back there, which we'll see in a second. I saw James Elephantis was there. I saw him. He saw me. And I saw him talking to the owners of Little Red Fox. And they're clearly like good friends. They clearly share stuff. We'll take a look at that in a second here. There was some sort of crossover happening there. You go, all right, let's going to keep changing the times on me here. This building next to Little Red Fox, this is, what's it called again? What's the name of this place again?
That's Buck's Fishing. That's Buck's Fishing and Camping.
Buck's Fishing and Camping. This place is the other restaurant owned by James Elephantis. Outright, he owns it. He runs it. This is his place just as much as Comet Ping Pong is. Nobody talks about this place. It never comes up. They never mention that there's anything about this place or his involvement in it at all. Certainly not back then. Never heard anyone talk about it. So you've got two doors down from each other. The guy owns both places. This place has a basement.
Yes. Oh, yes.
If Little Red Fox might not. I think it doesn't. But this one does. And it's hard to tell from being this close up. But again, this road, there were cops everywhere at this gas station when I was there, by the way.
That's the, if you scroll back just a little bit, like that's the street lamp that has the video camera, like the closed circuit TV camera on it. Yeah, you can see it right there. That one is usually pointed directly at Comet Ping Pong. The one day that it was turned 180 degrees the other direction was when the shooting happened.
Right. So you've got these places again. This is on a. You can kind of see the grade here because look at this. They have to use like these stilts on the porch out here. It's two different heights. You can tell the Comet Ping Pong door is much lower than this door and much lower than what is now Muchas Gracias, but was Best of Pizza.
Best of
now,
Pizza.
Best of Pizza got wrapped up in this because, number one, pizza. Now, this is probably where we should talk a little bit about the code words, okay? Again, you lose me at the code words. Number one, can we please just go back to pizza being pizza? And here's why I think that's okay. Can I just own the pizza fund and not have to hear about it anymore? Because here's the thing. When I named the pizza fund, right? PODAWFUL.pizza, if you want more of the episodes that we can't play on YouTube. That sounds bad when I connect that term to the word pizza, doesn't it? When you say you can't show this publicly and then tell people to go to the pizza website, that sounds bad. But here's what happened. The joke was like, oh, you're buying me a pizza. Back in the day, it's like, oh, you tip me, we buy a little pizza, hang out, that kind of thing. That was all it was. Here's the deal with the pizza code word. And this is why it's never made sense. The code words aren't real. They're just not. They just can't be. And your main one is your worst one. Pizza has never, ever meant child fucking. Cheese pizza means child porn. In fact, that came from 4chan. I was a 4chaner long ago when Pedo Bear was all over the internet. They didn't want to say child porn, so they said cheese pizza. It came from there, but it's child porn. Child porn is not child fucking, and pizza is not cheese. These are different terms that have been conflated in everyone's head because they both contain the word pizza, because you want to combine these elements. Pizza doesn't mean that. To say like, oh, go grab the pizza, and you mean a physical child, that has nothing to do with CP. You see the difference there? Does that make sense? It's never added up to me that like, oh yeah, cheese pizza, child fucking. Those are separate. They're related, but they're separate concepts. So Best of Pizza gets wrapped up in all this because they're a pizza place, but also because of this unfortunate logo that they had. Of course, it's blocked in every fucking shot by this tree branch. Well, you'll see it in my video. They have this logo that is 100% true. This is the only code stuff that was real. Is the FBI releases, or CIA, I don't know who it was, released symbols that are apparently used by pedophile rings. And one of those symbols is this sort of, what would you call that? Concentric.
Spirangle.
Spirangle, yes. A triangle spiral, the sort of concentric triangle logo, which is an oddly like designed logo for this place, because when you see, all right, to remove the CP elements here, when you see that kind of triangle normally, it's like maybe like a Greek place. That's kind of like a Greeky kind of symbol or whatever. It's also like pretty good logo. as a graphic designer, they did a pretty.
My uncle has a tattoo like that.
Well, you might want to talk to your mom about that or something. But the this logo is like oddly okay. The rest of the logo, like the text is terrible, but the logo itself, they went to like extra effort to get that spirangle on there. I cannot get a single shot of this thing.
Almost feels intentional.
Almost. Yeah, they're purposefully putting the leaves there. Here's why I bring that up. This place was owned by like a Muslim guy, like an Arab guy. I remember both from when they interviewed the guy, and he's like, please stop saying that my place is filled with children's bodies. I'm just trying to sell pizza. I'm going to have to shut down. People are threatening my family and trying to come kill me. And of course, you read these articles, and you go, oh my God, this poor guy. He didn't know. He's not Israeli. He's the opposite. He can't be involved. But then, I was there. I went to Besta. I bought a pizza from Besta because Comet was closed. I wanted to see, well, do they make pizza? Is it a real pizza place? Is it a front? So we actually did buy pizza there. It did seem like they weren't expecting to have to make a pizza. They had pizza ingredients, but they were totally unprepared to make them. Okay? So, which was odd. It took a long time. They literally, when I came up, so part of the bit was I went up and I went, yeah, can I get a pizza? And he asked me what size, and I go under 17 because they had 17-inch pizzas, 16-inch pizzas. So I was like, clearly doing a joke there, but because this is the day after the gunman was there, they had changed their logo. So they changed the spiral and blanked it out with red. And they did this in like a very short amount of time. They had a lot of new stuff ready to go to blank out that logo in like, they were very prepared for this, which was odd too. And
very prepared to blank out the logo, but completely unprepared to actually make a pizza.
Exactly. I mean, just super, super strange stuff with it. There was a photo pinned up on a like a bulletin board inside of this weird like tree house thing too. Just a very odd. There were no other photos. This was the only. It was like a Polaroid of like a creepy tree house. There's a lot of weird stuff. And the strangest part was while we were in there, they had a TV up in the corner, you know, like an old TV sitting up there, and they had the news on, and the news was that Comet Ping Pong had been shot up, and that we were literally seeing the live feed from the news people outside inside Best of Pizza, like while we're in there. It was the whole thing was so surreal. But what I can 100% confirm is that Best of Pizza has a basement. Now, I did some digging and I wanted to see, is there any possibility at all that James Alefantis had anything to do with Best of Pizza? Because again, he now owns or co-owns or has some stake in the place that is currently inside that building. Maybe it just transferred hands. Maybe when Best of Pizza... by the way, Best of stayed open for a couple of years after this. They did not close down.
It was open until COVID, I think.
I think so. Best of Pizza also exists. There are 2 locations. Most people don't seem to know that. There's another location in Maryland. I started looking up the owners of it because I look at this Arab guy and I'm like, he didn't make this logo. He didn't get no Arab. Like, you're an Arab guy. You're opening a pizza place in 1992, which is when it opened. You are getting the most basic sign of all time, and you're never updating it. That's never going to happen. The owner of the building that he had in Maryland and the owner of this one was an LLC. And the LLC, if you trace it back, was like owned by... gosh, what was the name? I think it was just like an address name, like one of those very plain address names. But there was some sort of bizarre connection from it to Hawaii.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so that ties into the whole the whole eBay thing.
Yeah.
With
explain that, because that's pretty in depth.
That's tied to a guy named David Flint Stone, who was in fact just recently arrested for child trafficking.
And he also
within the last month or so.
He used to run around going yabba dabba doo.
I think so.
David Flint Stone.
Oh,
his name is David Flint Stone. Really?
Yeah, David Flint Space Stone. Unfortunate name.
Hey, it's a living. Okay, so go.
They're just playing games with the names.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah. But yeah, he was connected to this thing where there was a there was like a eBay store called 𝐏𝐄𝐃 that sold used hard drives.
Okay.
Specifically used hard drives. And,
they were all used at Comet Ping Pong server rack, by the way.
And all of the reviews were like, thanks, this cheesy hard drive was exactly to my liking.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, that's like, I get the, I get the hesitance to, think anyone's Sheffield wine and liquor.
I'm just doing that for my audience. We had a pedophile that we busted on the show, and his name was Sheffield. So that's just a funny coincidence. I was noticing. Sorry, go ahead. Keep explaining.
But yeah, like with the 𝐏𝐄𝐃 thing, like it and I'm still looking into this whole aspect of it, but the deal with them was like there was a Hawaii-based eBay seller that was selling used hard drives with like incredibly shady reviews, and then there was also like this post from this guy who was like investigating it that went to some address and was like, yo, there's like this weird concrete pad in the ground that has like 30 different Wi-Fi networks coming out of it.
Okay. Okay. No, wait, how does this tie back to the Hawaii thing?
Because this was someone in Hawaii who went to go like look at the address.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, this place is mad weird. And like, we found this weird big concrete pad with 30 different Wi-Fi networks under it.
Right.
And that's what the address that was linked was.
Well, also, it turns out James Alefantis learned how to cook from a guy in Hawaii. He went to Hawaii to like, that's where he became interested in food service, is in Hawaii. And so this LLC is owned by someone in Hawaii. There's a whole connection there. Okay. Now, if you see here from the aerial, you can see there's this parking lot in the back. If you've seen my video before, here is exactly this long building, by the way, right here is Comet Ping Pong.
That's Comet, yeah.
Super long one. Here's exactly where we parked. My car was right. Let's see. There's the Comet door with the spray painted Comet thing on there. I was like right about here where the silver car is. Okay. Maybe actually the red one. I was right there at the red one. All right. I was parked right there. Let's go back to 2014 is probably the way it looks the most like. This is actually what it looked like that day. Of course, there's a truck there. So you've got this is the back door. This is that one we were talking about before. But if you look up here, there's a door right there. Okay. And this is the one that like the employees, James Alefantis himself actually goes in and out of. When they're like going into work. There's this little lean-to thing kind of above it, a little cover above it that's connected to this outcropping right here. That's part of the building next door. This is not Comet Ping Pong over here. This is why I think there might have been some connection between the two. Is there's physically a connection there? You might think that that's stupid, by the way, but there's some way into this. I think from the outside. It's hard to see from, of course, I can't grab it from Google Maps here. I'm wondering if there's a door on this side to this little outcropping of a building. That might sound stupid. However, if you go to today, there we go. That connection is now gone. They've like literally severed the tie between these two buildings. There's something strange there. Now, as you can see from the building here, it doesn't look like there's a basement. But then the building next door, you're a little higher up. There's some steps up there. There's certainly room for a basement there. There's certainly room for a basement here. And then this building, Muchas Gracias, this is what Besta was. Take a look. Tell me there's not a basement there. What are these? There's windows. There's fucking windows. That's the back of Besta Pizza. There's windows. When I was here, James Alefantis you said, you were like, oh, it's like Scientology. They knew our names. It was like they were watching everything. They had these server racks. I'll tell you, I had the exact same thought when I was there. I've been to Scientology buildings to goof on them before, and they're watching. They're watching everything you do. They've got cameras everywhere. They know what you're up to. You can't, you almost can't. They're ungoofable in a way, unless you really get in there and you've got the most hidden cameras and stuff. They're ready. They know. People are doing that to them all day long. They're ready and they're watching. Same thing here. Now, I can't find a camera. I have no idea how this happened. But I was, again, parked right over here where this red car is. I walk over and I pretend like I'm throwing away something into this dumpster over here because I wanted a better look at this door. Out of nowhere. He had not been there before. I'm not kidding. I have it on film. James Alefantis came screaming up from over here. He drives all the way across the parking lot. I'm standing on the other side of this dumpster, right up to me. I see the car coming. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I start walking back to the car over here. I turn around. He parks right here in this spot next to the dumpster, right where I was standing, to block it off. I put down the camera. I don't want him to see the camera. And when I get back to the car, I get in the car and I film through the car. I look back and he's standing. He looks right at me and then goes inside. It was so scary, and it was so obvious that he saw me approaching that back door from somewhere. He was watching from somewhere nearby and came to stop me.
Yeah.
And I'd already been walking around
really
filming
weird
stuff. I'd already been like, again, we had been standing here. So let's watch the video a little bit here. So these guys right here, the guy coming out with, he has, how is it, 4 kids, 5 kids? He's got 5 kids. These kids, it's all boys. They're all about, what, 7, 8 years old or something here. They came out. Comet Ping Pong is closed. Okay? There is no service going on whatsoever. No one's allowed in. Police, news are surrounding. Well, I was going to say they're surrounding the place. They're all in front. There's nobody back here. It's totally unguarded back here. We're standing right here. I watched that guy and those kids come out of this door. Why is a grown man and 5, 7 to 8-year-old boys, why are these guys coming out of a closed down Comet Ping Pong a day after a gunman was there?
That's a very good question.
I was standing right here. We had just bought Besta Pizza. The first thing we did, we park, we see the Besta Pizza here. There's a sign. There's graphics on the back door. So in my mind, I think, oh, you can walk in through the back. I thought this was like, oh, there's this parking. I thought this was the entrance. I'm not kidding. I really thought that. We walked right up to this door and we opened it up and we walked in. And I've got that on camera here. Let's take a look. So then these guys come out and I missed them. I missed them coming out of the door. I swear on everything that they came out of there.
Sick. It's fucking sick, dude. It's fucking sick, man.
There's that red car.
That guy was running away with those kids.
You see, we're eating Besta Pizza on the back of the car there, by the way. That's my old co-host, David. So we're literally eating Besta. We ate it to see if it was really pizza. And I had to like run. We're sitting there eating the pizza like idiots. That guy comes running out. They're jogging out. And I'm like, fuck. And I go to grab my camera. And I have to run around the corner because there was a truck blocking the view there. And get them on camera.
That guy was running away with those kids. Did you see that?
Yeah, they were skipping away.
I'm gonna fucking puke. That guy was leading children away, literally from the Comet Pizza
like the
door.
Pied
They came from right over there. That is the back door of Comet Pizza, and he was like the Pied Piper.
Okay, so I said I decided to go check the other back door. So this is me walking up to the dumpsters. And again, there's no Alephantis in sight here. There's nothing going on. I've got the Besta Pizza box. That's what's above here. I'm hiding the camera with the Besta Pizza box, and I'm going to dump that into the dumpster. And I want to get it. Ooh, they cut it out. Crap, they cut it out. It's right here that he drives up on me. Oh, man, we got to find the original footage. I've got it somewhere. Somebody's got it. Here's the back of Besta. Now, all right, now this part. I have to explain this. I said this is directly behind Comet. This is true. Okay. This is like that little gulch behind Comet.
Yeah.
Here, DC, it's a swampland. Everything is like, there's tons of swamps and stuff. Here's where I got to kind of do a mea culpa one more time on something. Now, Flesh, you did an amazing documentary on Mandalay Bay. And the weirdness surrounding that. And you did it for MDE.TV.
Yes.
Which I enjoyed quite thoroughly. Okay, so the whole reason I did this, again, I didn't believe in... I thought this whole Pizzagate thing was the stupidest thing ever. I was so... This was my wake up, like, oh, conspiracies are real. Okay, this was the moment. You're watching me. When I go, I'm going to be sick, I literally puked in my mouth watching those kids come out because I'm like, fuck.
Oh my God, this is all real.
Yeah, we're filming a comedy sketch here. Okay. I went to film a joke video. We were telling people we're with InfoWars. We're interviewing people. We're making fun of the news. I have the joke version of this video, by the way, which contains some of this footage. But I made 2 videos that day. And we went there with the plan to make 2 videos. And here's why. I don't know if you remember this. Maybe you saw this, maybe you didn't. Sam Hyde put out a bounty when Pizzagate first kicked off, and he said, I will give $5,000 to anyone who can prove there are tunnels under Comet Ping Pong or leading to it. You remember there's a whole thing about the tunnels and all that stuff. And he did this on a website owned by Chuck Johnson. Do you know who Chuck Johnson is?
I do not.
Chuck Johnson is like, he just went to jail forever very recently for a bunch of scams and crimes. And it's too much to get into. But anyway, Chuck Johnson, not a fan of me. Because he had this website called, I think it was WeSearcher. And the whole point of it was like to help fund, journalism kinds of things like that, I guess. And so Sam put out the $5,000 on the site. Now, I had zero intention of actually trying to get this $5,000. But what I did want to happen was I wanted to make one like realistic video at Comet Ping Pong and then one funny one. Submit this as my proof that there's tunnels under Comet Ping Pong, and then use that as a springboard to get people to see the funny version of it. Now, that was probably a bad move on my part, which I've admitted ever since then. I said right afterward, like, okay, whoopsie. And I literally had to apologize to Sam Hyde for doing this. I was like, hey, I was not trying to take your money at all. The video's fake. Because people believed it. Because Roseanne Barr tweets out, oh my gosh, thank you so much to the heroes of PodAWFUL for doing this, or whatever she said. People started buying it. And I had to be like, no, you don't understand. There are real things in here, but we faked there being tunnels. If you go down the street here, I just went on Google Maps just like this before we went, and I was like, is there anything that kind of looks like a tunnel nearby? And then interestingly, there was, where is it here? There's a children's hospital just down the street, and part of the gosh, where is it? I thought it was like right up there. Oh, maybe I'm going the wrong direction. Where's the hospital?
Yeah, it's over in like Spring Valley, right?
Let me grab this real quick just so I can see it a little bit better. Part of his
challenge.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, also, you're at never more than like 100 feet from a tunnel in DC.
Right.
Like, there are more tunnels in DC than there are anywhere else in the world, I want to say.
Yes, exactly. We found, like, we did find things that looked like hatches and tunnels. I mean, there was shit everywhere that looked like a tunnel. So what we did is we were like, well, there happens to be a children's hospital. Let's make it look like that's connected to it. Why can I not find it? Does this hospital not exist anymore? I'm about to lose my mind if this is really gone. Okay, I cannot find it. This is crazy because we shot footage. You're going to see it in this video here in a second. Okay, well, anyway, you're just going to have to take my word for it because for whatever reason, I'm not seeing it on the satellite view. Is this it? Oh, this is... Okay. I don't know.
They were just like, oh, shit, they got footage.
Yeah, I guess. This is the parking garage. There was like an entrance to this parking garage here. Now it's saying this is apartments. I swear to God, this was a hospital when we went there. What the fuck? Anyway, there's a parking garage, and we used the parking garage entrance to make it look like a tunnel with steps going down. You can see the parking garage here. Over here somewhere, there's this creepy staircase that's just accessible in the middle of the night that we went down. You can see there's like homeless guys sitting here. There's all this shit. All these old couches and stuff were stacked up outside there. So we used that. That was like part of the gag. And then there was this thing back behind Comet Ping Pong that looked like a hatch down into a tunnel. So we just filmed that. But the problem was we're filming all this stuff to fake it. And while we're there, we're like, holy shit, there's a basement. There's a basement in Best of Pizza. We walked into it. So, like, I'm having a crisis of conscience during this where I'm like, well, we've invested time and money. Like, we've driven 2.5 hours out to go do this. We're filming the whole thing. We've got, and by the way, we had very funny footage. I was like, I got to do the video now. Like, I'm going to put in the effort and do it now. And I put it out, and I put out both versions of it. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, the tunnels are fake. I mean, there are tunnels, but these tunnels are fake. but the kids came out of the back. The Besta has a basement. The news, we got pulled over by police on our way home. I got a ticket on my way home. We were in dead standstill traffic. The car was not moving. I literally had put the car in park. It wasn't moving. Tell me what I got a ticket for.
Yeah.
What was
you got a ticket for like poking your nose in where you shouldn't have been poking your nose.
We were followed back. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
We had cops come up and tell us, like, get out of here. What are you doing here? Stop this. The news was coming up to us and going, hi, I'm the news. You're not allowed to be here. I'm the news.
Yeah.
A girl told me she's the news. So it's just some like segment producer or something. So this part is fake. And I like literally emailed Sam Hyde and was like, hey, I don't want the money. It's not real, but the basement is real. And like, of course you're not going to believe me after that. So I like fucked up the whole thing by doing this. So this
the tunnels
is not real. Me saying this is part of the comedy.
There's not good access. Although if you look over there,
that's like right next to a road. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
it's just like a piece of cardboard or something.
A hatch.
It's a hatch.
This is a dry creek bed, and it goes for
this is true.
Miles and miles and miles that way.
That is true.
I think it's something to check out.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay, so this is it. We walked into the back of Besta Pizza. We thought it was just open.
Yeah, I know.
And then, my co-host goes, I actually want pizza. Big fat guy.
I don't know. You might be able to.
You can hear us. We're not taking this seriously. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll see. We open up the door and boom, my life has changed forever. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I needed. I was like, oh shit. Oh no.
No.
And we walk away from this right here, and that's when we see the kids come out of Comet. That's the actual order of events here.
Yep.
That's a basement. I mean, we literally I couldn't put this footage in because I was afraid that they'd be like, you're trespassing. We'd get arrested for putting this up online. We walked into their kitchen. We went inside. I had to not put that on YouTube. You can't break the law and go into it. But we didn't mean to. It was a total accident that we went in. This changed everything for me. I mean, absolutely permanently. And of course, you go back to Comet Ping Pong here. Where is it? Right here. And you're back here and you see, okay, so this place is owned by James Alefantis and has a basement. This place is owned by James Alefantis, might have a basement. Looks like there's maybe a crawl space, something. This place, not owned by James Alefantis as far as we know, but has this weird little extra part of the building that was connected to this, and he's running up and stopping me from walking over to here. I was going to walk right up on that door, and I was going to try to open it. He was right to stop me. I was trying to get inside the building.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got kids coming out from back here with some grown man. Everything I saw there was like the strangest, craziest thing. And permanently, I 100% now think something was going on.
Yeah.
Something strange was happening here. What it is, I don't know. But it seems impossible for it to be anything else.
Yeah, I feel like... Oh, continue.
The guy that did the shooting.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, he's dead now.
No, I'm asking for the audience.
Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
He got pulled over in a random, traffic stop, just like I had. And then they shot him. The end. Oh, he's dead. The end. Nothing. He never existed. What do you mean? Memory hole? No. He doesn't exist. There was no Edgar Welch. That's what happened to him. He got unpersoned, not unalived. He's not a thing. Yeah.
There's no FOIA out there of that, or
I don't know.
They erased his memory.
Maybe Flesh, has anybody like dug further into that?
Everything that I've seen from anyone who's tried to it's just been a dead end. There's nothing. Something that is interesting, though, is who was the judge who sentenced Welch to whatever, like only 2 years or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who the judge was?
No.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
The Supreme Court justice now?
Yes, the one who sentenced him and then immediately got appointed to the Supreme Court.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's convenient. Oh, okay. Well, that seems normal and fine. Wait a sec. Oh, wait. Wasn't there also... I'm just now remembering. Wasn't there like an Epstein-involved judge where a guy showed up as a delivery person to her house and shot... And then
the lawyer showed up dressed as a FedEx guy and then shot like her husband and son.
And then that guy
shot himself.
Yeah, and then killed himself. And that guy was like connected to the Opie and Anthony show, by the way. I think we've covered this on a previous episode. But there's like
the guy that shot him was a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that just sort of end up disappearing on this. Do you ever fear, talking about this stuff? Living in DC, do you think that that's...
So, yes and no. Like I feel like I have a pretty good sixth sense of what the real third rails are.
Right.
And it's like there's always like a time delay with this stuff where it like after a certain amount of time you can start to talk about it.
Right.
And one of the things that, like, there's been a couple times where I've made videos. The most alarming one was actually back out when I was out in Delaware. I got emailed a picture of the front door of my house, not from Google Maps, after I put a video out.
That seems fine.
Which is, and that was like okay, message received.
Yeah, okay, fine. But
that's a thread I'll stop pulling on.
What about the Wayfair thing?
That one, I completely thought that was total bullshit when that first happened. And I kind of just had assumed it was bullshit since. And then in the Epstein files, as it turns out, Epstein bought a $9,000 unlabeled item from Wayfair. And it's like, okay, so these items that were supposedly only on the website because it's like, oh, this is stuff that's out of stock or whatever. It's like some weird stock thing to keep people from buying them. One of the person who buys one is Jeffrey fucking Epstein.
Yeah. Well,
I guess that one's real too.
I'll tell you who did believe that one and who did make a stink about that one. Me, which you can see on the Pedophiles 10, Wayfair and Ghislaine. We went over that one. Jesse was right on that one. PODAWFUL wins again. That's another one from my tip jar. We're neck and neck with our jars of who was right. But I called that one. I said this one is because again, I'm a skeptic on all these things. I was 0% skeptical on that one. I do feel like the email has proven the Wayfair scandal right. Is there?
Oh yeah, completely.
Is there anything that's like? What are the unopened doors on this? What are the unturned rocks on Pizzagate at this point?
I mean, I really can't think of any. Like maybe I guess maybe some of the more like adrenochrome-y aspects of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you are doing that video where you're going to explore that one.
Yeah, because it's like I think there is something there with that. It's like, but I think it's not adrenochrome. Adrenochrome is just a chemical you can buy.
Right.
Or
you should put some adrenochrome in a vape.
An adrenochrome vape.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I do have the comedy version of the Pizzagate video, and it includes the Alephantis part. So if you want to see Alephantis, this is my encounter with Alephantis. Okay. My brief encounter. Oh yeah, that's me. I did spit up after the kids came out. I know that sound that looks like it's part of the comedy bit. It's not. That part's real.
That is the only.
All right. So this is this because this is the comedy version. I didn't include the part where I'm walking up on the dumpsters, but this is also the same part. You can kind of make him out right here.
Best of Comet Pizza.
Yeah.
Look,
and he's just standing.
He stared right at me. He he got out and he looked at me for a minute, and I'm fumbling, grabbing the camera, trying to get him on there. That was him. I know that's like nothing. You can barely see it.
I believe it.
Big hawking bottle of snot. That he's turning, like right as this shot starts, he's turning around. And he just stood there staring at me like a hawk, like just daggers like this. Like he was going to kill me somehow just with his mind from it. And we were like legitimately freaked out after that. We thought about leaving immediately.
Of Comet Pizza.
There he is right there.
Yeah.
And that's him going in on the day that they're closed. I'm trying to remember if there's any other like little. Oh, I did. I interviewed Albert Einstein. Here's a homeless guy that was just outside, and I started asking him about pizza. Oh yeah, this part. This guy, there's like a libtard guy who's like there holding up a sign like protecting. He's like supporting them, you know. He's like, Comet Ping Pong's our friends.
Child sex ring. I'm willing to see it.
And then while I'm talking to him,
not the
look at
truth, or is not even worth the time. Look,
you see that kid get snatched behind me? That was happening behind me while this was going on.
Yeah.
So again, I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh fuck. We've already seen the basement at this point. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, fuck, what am I doing? This is real. And like my whole thing was to go there and pretend I thought it was real. And in my head, I'm like, fuck, it's real. There's like a moment. There's a moment during this where there's a little girl walking up in front of Besta Pizza. And I'm like, no, don't go over there. Don't go over there. No. Let me see if I can find that moment. Yeah, and then there's all the fake tunnel stuff. And I end the video on like a big graveyard full of what's presumably children. Me fighting the news on this. Oh man, where is it? Where is oh, here we go. Okay.
Invented the bomb that murdered Japan.
Okay, that's about Albert Einstein. This should be it here. Let's see.
Direct connection between the.
Yeah, they've taped up signs. Hate has no place here. I stand with Comet. Donald Trump, alt-right conspiracy theorists. Don't risk your lives for your gain.
Media spreading lies.
What does that mean? That sounds like a threat. What the fuck does that mean, actually?
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories to benefit Donald Trump. And the danger that these.
In what way does this benefit Donald Trump?
Right, I gotta cut
Trump won.
Thank you for your time, though. I really appreciate it.
Trump did win, though. So in what way would it benefit him?
What's your name?
Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm Truman.
Thank you very much, Truman. All right.
I thought this was it.
For something.
This is me I'm fighting the news here. This is me fighting with the news. Truman thought I was part of the news. That's why he talked to me. Where did it go?
That's why he agreed.
Yeah, he only agreed to it. Oh, here it is. There she is.
Look,
it was right after that. It was right after this.
Good evidence.
Thank you, Albert Einstein. That's the guy that invented the bomb that murdered Japan. The Manhattan Project. You're familiar.
No. Don't go. Stop. Don't do it.
Yeah, she's about to walk over to Besta. So we're like, no. And we're like really... That seems like a joke, but we're really concerned now because we've seen boys going into Comet Ping Pong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was absolutely one of the most insane experiences of my life. And I'm still left wondering, you know, because my wife is like, you know, a true believer in all the conspiracy stuff, like every aspect of it. She thinks it's definitely real. The terms, she's doing the ARG, you know, she's fully in on the ARG. And then I always feel like it sucks to do this where I'm like, well, I don't believe, you know, some of the things aren't real, and she gets mad. And I always feel bad because I feel like I have to play the trump card of, you know, I discovered the basement, right? You know, I was at, I went to Pizzagate, right? Which sounds bad, but I was at Pizzagate. I feel like I might have some knowledge on this. I might have experienced something. Are you investigating Pizzagate?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we? Can we? There was a certain thing that you mentioned. I don't know if we're not supposed to talk about.
Oh,
it.
Oh, yes. Sorry, yeah. Okay, so I've got a new documentary coming out.
Yes.
That I'm doing for MDE TV.
Yeah.
That's and I'm gonna be into basically it's like a 90-minute full kind of full, not just a deep dive and post-mortem on it, but also kind of pulling in some new. And so the reason I'm being kind of cagey about it is that it's been in production, but I don't want to announce that I'm doing a big thing and then all of a sudden have a bunch of leads just dry up because people are like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Don't worry, nobody's watching my show. I think you'll be okay here.
But I mean, you'd be surprised with the amount of the amount of attention they pay to people talking about this shit.
Well, there is, I mean, you got a point, because there were many years where most of my views most of my downloads for my podcast were all coming out of Hagerstown. You know where that is? Do you know where that is?
Yes, I do. I do know where that is.
Yeah, one day I was looking at my analytics and it was thousands of downloads just coming out of specifically Hagerstown, and I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, that's not a good place for that to be.
Yeah, what's going on there? That's kind of weird. I have the same traffic pattern as Reddit. Apparently, there's a certain thing going on there, I think. Yeah, you might be right. So yeah, you're you did the Mandalay Bay thing, so you got a similar thing coming up then for
MDE.TV? Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact release date, but it should be sometime this spring.
Okay, cool. It's exciting.
The most alarming traffic pattern that I've ever gotten for just looking into Google Trends and the analytics for that, just for Flesh Simulator, was after one thing I posted. I just look at it and it you can look at the map and there's the comparative map of the United States, and then everything's in Utah.
Yeah,
it's just Utah 100. The next it's Maryland 21.
Right.
Yeah, it's okay, so I've got 5 times the traffic of the next highest state just in Utah all of a sudden.
Yeah, you would think intelligence people would be using VPNs or something. They're not. I think they don't care.
Yeah, they just don't care. They're like, yeah, bitch. Of course we're
Yeah. I think I had it for a different reason though. I got investigated by the Secret Service years ago, so they kept watching the show after that, unfortunately.
Yeah, they don't play.
No, they don't. Did I ever tell you about this? That they came they came to my, so I made a whoopsie. I did a little joke for a year and a half on the show about the one thing you can't say about.
Yeah, it turns out you really can't say that.
You really can't say it. And I said it every episode for a year and a half. And the bit was, the joke of it was that no one's listening, so you can get away. The whole point was it's 2012 or 2011, whenever it was, and it's a podcast. No one's listening.
Yeah.
You can get away with saying anything. Because everybody would always. The funny thing about podcasts is everybody would always advertise their podcast as being uncensored. Whoa, it's uncensored. It's of course, it's the internet. Who's going to fucking censor you?
Yeah.
And nowadays that's different. But
yeah.
And so that was the idea behind the joke. And this was when Obama was president. Okay. And so I would really detail out plans, and it was. I was clearly.
I'm surprised it took that long.
A year, I know. Well, they were really racking up the evidence against me, and then one day, I got arrested for a separate thing that was falsely arrested. I didn't commit the crime, and then all of a sudden now they're tracking, they're looking, and one day I get a knock on the door. Except I lived in Brooklyn, so I was in the. My door was the basement door, even though I had the first 2 floors. And then the door to the upstairs was the main door. And the main door I could hear on the other side of my bedroom wall, and I was asleep. And I hear this, really stern knocking. And I hear the
knock.
And I'm friends with the neighbor upstairs. He's actually been a guest on my podcast. And so he was a comedian. And I heard him come down and him talking to these guys. And I can hear it's the Secret Service. And I can hear them asking, is Jesse home. And he's like, oh no, he's the guy downstairs. And you can hear he's like freaked out. And they're like, let me ask you something. Does he own weapons? And he's like, not that I know of. I don't know. He's like, does he seem like he wants to hurt people? Or they're asking him like all of that stuff. And I'm sitting there shitting my pants. Like, what is going on?
Oh, God.
And I did the stupidest move ever because I'm young. I'm like 20 something and I'm really stupid. And so I'm like, well, I want to be prepared for them when they come in. So I'm like I'm getting myself together. I was asleep and I run downstairs and I open the basement door and I'm standing there like I'm cool as a cucumber. Like I'm just an idiot. I don't know why I did this. And so, and I had it in my head and they come down and I go, I'm not kidding. I literally did this. It's so dumb. It's three, like one, the main guy, it's like exactly who you picture. Shaved bald head. He's wearing a polo. He's got a sidearm. He's wearing khakis. He's got the sunglasses. I mean, it's right out of a comic book. You got another guy. He's the big lunk. They got a big lunk, like a lummox, a galoot along with them. Yeah. And then they've got one squirrely guy who's like very clearly
like the tech guy.
No, this is like the rookie. He's new.
Gotcha.
He's brand new and he's feisty. He wants to get somebody. And in my head, I'm like at the time I was thinking like they're gonna black bag me to Gitmo over here. Like why wouldn't they just get rid of me? So I don't know why I did this. They come down around the corner, down the stairs, and I go, gentlemen. And the second I said, and they were startled. They didn't know I knew they were there and I was ready for, they thought they had the drop on me and I had the drop on them. And they go, they did this. They did the move. And the second,
oh my God,
the second gentleman comes out of my mouth, I go, like, I probably had the look on my face of, what am I doing? No, I think I tried to get it back in. I was like, no. And they're like, they knew it was me. They had seen me already. Yeah. Like, they knew what I looked like. And they were like, I need you to go inside right now. And I was like, okay, and they're like, they didn't ask to come in. They just came in.
Yeah.
But once they were in, they did ask, do you mind if we look around the place? And like, I'm like, I don't. I like when I was out there, I saw their black vehicle parked out front where they're just double parked. They don't care. They know nobody's going to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you can look around. Yes, you can look around. I'm fine. I don't do anything. I don't do drugs or nothing. You're fine. And so they send the galoot to look around my house, my whole house. That he's like sniffing through all my stuff. And meanwhile, I'm downstairs and they're interviewing me now. They're asking me all the questions. I find out afterward they had already called my parents and my girlfriend before this. And neither one of those groups of people decided it was an important thing to tell me that this was happening.
To let you know about?
Nothing. Didn't tell me. Until afterward, until long after. They individually called me up and were like, yeah, I got some calls asking if you own guns and do you own they're like, do you own a crossbow? Because I had specifically been saying I was going to use a crossbow. And that was part of the joke. And so I was like, no, mom, don't worry, dad. No, it's fine. My girlfriend is like, she was out of town. She's like, Jesse, I'm not coming back if you're doing that. You have to stop. If you're doing this, you have to stop. Sure enough, one day she didn't come back. But I'm talking to this bald guy. The bald guy's in charge, and the little guy, he's getting antsy. He wants to tackle me, and he's like, "Did you threaten the POTUS and the FLOTUS?" And I'm a dummy. I had never heard either of those terms before. Like, I didn't know what POTUS or FLOTUS meant, and I thought he was like trying to say flotsam and jetsam or something. Like, I didn't know what he was talking about. And I was like, the what? And the little squirrely guy, he's like, just answer it. He's trying to jump down, but he's like, you know what he's talking about. And I'm like, I don't know. What is a And the guy's like, the president and the first lady. It still was years after that I found out what those stood for. I was like, what? POTUS and FLOTUS. And I was like, it's a comedy show. I was like, it's a comedy show. I didn't mean anything. It's a joke. It's all a joke. And they made me they made me write a letter to the president and first lady apologizing. They made me write an I'm sorry letter. They made me sign it. And then they made me sign a document that said that they didn't make me do that. And I did. I was like, yep. No, Mr. President, I am so sorry. The first lady is not a guy, for sure. You're not gay. You've never smoked crack. I love you.
Yeah.
100%. These guys wanted to kill me so bad. I got so lucky. And I feel like the only reason I really lucked out was that squirrely guy was like so antsy that it kind of made me look like the
more normal one.
Yeah, like the main guy who was like clearly in charge. He was like, he's like, oh, okay, this is a kid. He didn't know what he was doing. It made, with his little rookie, he's having to worry about his rookie, and he's like, this guy didn't mean it. Someone's sent in a chat saying sometimes jerky is just jerky, bro. Chill out. Yeah, and sometimes it's not. Who knows? Okay. Anyway.
So just real quick, I just want to say that in college, I had a good friend who got incredibly drunk and this was basically like in middle of the afternoon on like a Saturday, he, made the same joke that you made on Facebook, just as just in an incredibly silly way. I think the method of choice that he mentioned was like via a nuclear bomb or something ridiculous. And Secret Service was at his door and rapidly inside of his house within the hour. Because it was on Facebook, and also this was within the Beltway.
And this is probably more recent than now they're looking at social media.
This was probably 2015, I want to say 2015, 2016.
By then they would have been looking with Trump and everything. Yeah, when I was doing it, nobody was paying attention to social media. Nobody was getting in trouble for these kinds of things. It was totally out of the ordinary. The other reason I did it too was Ted Nugent remember Ted Nugent said, I should go and get that Obama or whatever. And then he got away with it. And I was like, you're just allowed to get away. That was like what really inspired it was he got away with it. And I was like, well, if he can get away with it, me on this podcast no one's listening to, you can say whatever you want. And I just made it sillier. And I'm going to somehow with a crossbow, point the accuracy and I'm some sort of sharpshooter or something. Meanwhile, I'd never even held a crossbow ever in my life at that point. I have since. But yeah. All right. Well, you've gotten the knock. You've got.
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't.
I haven't gotten the knock. That was a friend of mine. But I've been threatened.
You've got the door, the picture of the door.
I've gotten the email for sure.
Well, do you need help on your documentary?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm
kind of the guy for the job in a lot of ways.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, listen, the last time I went again, I got in trouble with the cops. Alephantis was on my case. It's not, it could be a dangerous mission for me, but I think I'm willing to do it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Then awesome.
Should I bring my walnut sauce?
You can. I mean, it'll be a good cover story.
We should try to get in good with them. Be like, we bring an offering. Can we see what's in the kitchen, please? I would like to try the Comet ping pong sauce, please. I'll trade you. Do you have jerky on hand? How many pounds of steak do you need? That kind of thing. You should try to
become bearing fine Haitian delicacies.
Maybe I shouldn't say this on the show, but it would. You should try to get booked for a gig there again.
I think that I'm never getting to I'm never gonna get booked at any of those venues ever again in my life. I mean, I made a video with my own face.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, yeah, like check out all this shit that the media covered up.
But I'm thinking like, you find some other band, you go, can I sit in with you guys when you perform at Comet Ping Pong?
Yeah.
That'd be really funny to get in there again. And
that would be funny. I want to see if I can track down footage of me playing there.
That would be incredible. That just the
I
photos
think it was
alone are
recorded.
so funny of you just sitting there with a smile on your face and Comet Ping Pong.
It's clueless.
Yeah, it's just no idea what was going on right underneath your feet.
Yeah.
Where there's no basement at all. That's the thing I've been ever since I went, I've been itching to go back just to be like, well, where are their basements? I need to know which buildings have basements. Where can we go? I need to eat at all the restaurants and see what's going on and which back doors can you just walk into.
Yeah, do like a tier list of the restaurants in the shopping center.
Yeah. Oh wait, what is this you sent me here? I didn't even see this. You sent this a little while ago.
Oh, this was a menu for that was a menu for Terra Sol, which is another restaurant in that block. And if you look at the bottom, because this is what actually we were talking about the symbols.
Oh, I totally missed this when you sent it.
Yeah, this is the menu for another one of the restaurants on that block. And if you look at the bottom of it,
okay, so there's Hillary Clinton, and
scroll all the way down.
Oh no way! Is this real?
Yes.
If you don't know, this is one of the symbols. Okay, guys, the ARG is back on. We're doing it. That's how we should. That's how we should theme the doc. It's an ARG, the Comet Ping Pong ARG. Get everybody involved in searching.
Yeah, I think it was just an RG. Just a reality game.
Oh, I thought you were going rape gang. I was trying to do the math on what does RG stand for. All right. Guys, sub to Flesh Simulator. Follow him on Twitter at Flesh Simulator, Instagram at Flesh Simulator. It's all Flesh Simulator, right? Oh,
it's all at Flesh Simulator. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
And
YouTube is the main one.
Listen to Gladiodrome.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to every episode of Gladiodrome. I'm a big fan of Gladiodrome.
I got to have you on.
Yeah, you do, but you're gonna have to bring back the little globes.
Oh yeah. We're working on that right now. Like,
because Clickhead would look great next to Flesh. What is it? Flesh Ball and all the other two, the other guys,
Rusty, and then the Hypercube. I've just been fighting with my rendering software to get the mouths to move. The most recent one that had mouths on it, like it took 27 hours to render, and it's like, okay, I can't not use my computer for 27 hours.
What kind of fucking computer do you have, man? How does it take that long?
It's a modern, it's like a new MacBook Pro. The problem is that DaVinci Fusion is like programmed by idiots, and so it only can use one like processor core.
Yeah, I saw the most recent episode.
There's no multi-core
the most recent episode, it just said scroll title over and over again, scrolling past. That was funny.
I've just been getting lazier and lazier with what I'm doing in place of.
Hey, welcome to my world, buddy. Welcome to Slop Week.
Yep.
Don't I know? Oh, what's that? Oh wait, I'm getting word in, guys. The big hawking bottle of snot is pulling through. He's gonna be okay.
Thank God.
Oh,
I couldn't stop thinking about him.
I couldn't either.
Do we know about the shooter? Did they survive?
They're gonna have to. I think they're still in the. Oh, what's that? Oh, I don't know. Ooh, sorry.
Was he on their radar?
Sorry, Flesh. He was on their radar, but she. She was on. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, anyway. Did you hear that? Was it true that a trans person shot up a place called Tumblr yesterday? Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. I also mostly saw the footage of the Canadian police talking about the gun person.
The gun person, yeah.
It's like, a gun person, and like, yes, there was a gun person wearing a dress, and it's like, oh, well, Okay, I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Yeah. The the ARGs have these hobo codes. There's all sorts of codes out there, and when you start seeing, when you lift the veil, you can start seeing through the Matrix, Morpheus style, and suddenly everything kind of makes sense. So you don't really need them to tell you. It's kind of like when they don't tell you at all that a shooting happened, and you know exactly the race of the shooter at that point. It's similar. It's a similar vibe. Yeah, it was another trans shooter, and it was a place called Tumblr. They shot.
Nominative determinism strikes again.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very into nominative determinism. That is. There's something to that. Very strongly. That's an esoteric science that needs to be really delved into. Somebody needs to look into that seriously. I think if you have, again, it's the old thing of you name your kid Jeeves, he's going to be a butler. I mean, there's really no other way to go about it. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Flesh Simulator, for being a part of this.
Thanks for having me.
It's a lot of fun. Thanks to the henchmen, everybody watching. And I think some people might have sent in some super chats I missed. Sorry about sometimes Jerky's Jerky. Oh, yeah. People send in memberships and stuff. Thank you to everybody who did that. We don't really read those things on this show because we have something called the Pizza Fund. Join us over at PodAwful.pizza for more. And yes, it's exactly what you think in there. Until next time, have an awful day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
This is an update from the retarded pedophile rapist Jesse Radin.